Right then, good morning everyone. Welcome back to some Hand of Fate there. Hopefully everybody's keeping in good form like. Oh, I need to turn the background there. Why can I hear my own voice back? It's over here. It is over here. So I can close that one. There we go. Right. Good morning. Welcome back to some Hand of Fate. Very nice. Anybody wondering what the song is? It is the Hand of Fate instrumental original soundtrack by Jeff Van Dyke. You can find it on YouTube there, under his YouTube channel. Yeah. So welcome back to some more handy fatey stuff. Lovely Jane is here. No scream, no screaming, Mike. I know screw go but I have a kiss instead. That'll do. Hello, Larry. Good to see you, mate. Hello. Larry smells lovely. I have the authority to give that statement. Send the missus an for me. Okay. I don't know whether you heard that. She kind of just hollered out of the kitchen. So, how are we doing on this fine Friday morning? Getting happy that it's the weekend, people? Unfortunately, as a weekend work. Oh, my water bottle's arrived. Thank you very much. Oh, the lightest peck. Right.
You got
Rank ass morning breath.
Stanky morning breath. So.
Go a little bit of a drink of water and get rid of that. My other name that she has for me. It goes Joe. It goes pop in a bear. Teddy bear, you wank, and then grossness or specimen. Specimen is lovely. It's muggy by you, Freddie. It's actually not stanky, Joe. That's it. It's not too bad here. In bloody Birmingham. I forgot where I lived then. It's not too bad in Birmingham at the moment. As my Friday, it's not too bad. I've literally, as of about half an hour ago, just woken up. Like my eyes just creaked open. The last couple of days that I've been at work, right, I've been getting up to my alarm, which is an ancient ritual that I've had to resurrect. And I've been so like, when I've been waking up in the morning, like it has just been because of my alarm. Like if I was to just turn my alarm off and put my head back to my pillow, I would be able to get, easily a few more hours of sleep. And it's been like that for the last couple of days, and finally, I love how Miss Jana once called your dad NPC. Yeah, he is. I call him NPC, Dave. He's literally a non-playing character. He's awful, in the most loving way. He's hilarious because he's quite dopey. He's like a badly coded Oblivion AI, which is nice. Yeah. Anyway, like this morning when I was waking up, I was like, obviously no alarm or anything like that, and so like my body got the perfect amount of sleep, and I actually went to bed quite early, all things considered. I think I went to bed at about 11, which is nice. Yeah. A lot of ZF streaming right now, is there? Let me have a mooch onto the channel page here. Mute that. We've got Cyanide, Edberg, Soviet, Chinny Sheep. I imagine there's more, but I don't have. Let's actually open ZF Clan. There's a lot of the big players on there. Competition. It's all right. I mean, people have got their own taste, haven't they? They can go and watch anyone they like. That's the joy of ZF, isn't it? There's so much content across a variety of fields that you can basically open up the ZF Clan and probably find some content that you like somewhere. Anyway, thank you very much there to Mr. Blade for the 27 months. Good to see you. 27 months. Good afternoon. How's it going? It's still morning for us. It's 20 past 11. And that means I can tell people that I woke up in the morning. Like a civilized folk. There we go. Alan Quebec, what is this competition you talk about? There is only King Q, that's it. Not tempted to join Space Engineers. I don't like Space Engineers. I must be honest. I agree it's a fantastic game. Really, really good game. But the whole survival craft mine recipe, so to mining to get materials to craft materials that you need to mine, unfortunately it's a bit lost on me now. Q content is only true content. That's very kind. Might be going to Cardiff instead of Notts now, by the way. What, Cardiff Uni? That's fair enough, I suppose. So yeah, unfortunately, that's one of the reasons that I'm not playing Space Engineers. Like, I don't get anything out of that formula of game anymore. Have I looked into Original War yet? I haven't, Ricey. I've a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff that I need to look into that I have not done yet. But yeah, hopefully everybody's having good mornings and stuff. Everybody's chilling out kind of thing. As you can hear, I've got my croaky, sort of, just woke up jazz voice. Which is nice. Oh, God. Life, light into the eyes. Oh, God. Lovely stuff. Right. Big swig of water. Big drink. Oh, yes. Is it a jazz voice or closer to a hungover voice? I'm pretty... Actually, I think the latter there, isn't it? You've gotten a normal work schedule yet? No, not yet, Ash. So my work schedule for the moment at Speckies is under the pretense of my old contract with an extra day thrown in to help while they're so short of staff. My new working contract isn't going to be until, or hasn't been discussed yet, but isn't going to be discussed until sort of the end of August, start of September is what I'm aiming for. Because there's a couple of things that I want to change. First things first, I want to have one of my weekend days back. As soon as Jane starts uni, if I'm working the weekends and she's working the weekdays, like, we're not going to see each other, apart from, like, meals and breakfast time, which I don't want. I want to have, at bare minimum, one day where I can hang out with Jane. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that my evening routine goes like this. I finish at 6:30 during my working shifts. And the problem with that is when I clock out, right, I don't necessarily clock out, I'm not like leaving the front door at 6:30. That's when my shift ends. So there's probably 5-10 minutes to go get me bags and me belongings and stuff. 5 to 15 minute walk up to the train station. I don't actually get on the train until 7, half-hour train journey, and then a 15-minute walk when I get home. Because of the old Rona, and just as a nice bit of, a nice ritual to have, as soon as I get through the door, I take all my kit off and go and jump in the shower, and then I come downstairs after I've gotten dry and had tea. That means that Joe time, after all of that means Joe time does not start until about 8 o'clock on a night, which gives me about half an hour to read what I want to read, watch what I want to watch before stream starts. And it's, as soon as stream ends at sort of 10:30, I've maybe got another half an hour, and then realistically I have to go to bed. So I have very little sort of time to myself on an evening, which is a thing. Have a huge demo today. See you in the VODs. No worries, Lemberg. Take care, and thank you very much to Poppy Seed there for the 5 months. Very, very kind. So, one of the things that I wanted to discuss with my director is the notion of shaving at least an hour off the end of the day. So no longer being on the lates, essentially. I don't have door keys, so there's not really much point in me staying on the late because I have to badger somebody else to let me out of an evening. So it's like there's not much point. So basically, what I want is either moving a day off of the weekend to maybe in the week, or reducing my hours by at least an hour, or maybe just again shuffling because I start at 10:30 because I do the late. But maybe just twisting the clock left an hour on the wall, so I maybe start at 9 and finish at 5. I think that would be quite nice. Anyway, let us jump into the game at long last then. So I'm a little bit rusty. I was kind of thinking whether this game would be any good with a controller. Truth be told, I have no idea whether this would be nice with a controller. We will see, I'm sure. Right, Hand of Fate. There it is. Lovely. Elf, I want to show you, I want you to know, I showed Outlander you make a picture of you and he was expecting you to be a chonker. What? You are a skinny boy. I don't know why. I don't know why, Elf. It's weird how the, like, not seeing pictures of people and just usernames and chat and everything. Like, I imagined you to be portly and ginger. I don't know what you did to offend yourself in such a way.
Back so soon.
But yeah,
I knew you would not falter. You display marvelous dexterity for one who seems such an oaf.
yeah. Okay, I can't argue with that. Right, so I've got to change the capture window. Hand of Fate. It's going to be. I don't know. I mean, it could be that. I don't really want to use it. Capture. No, that's that one. That's my Armor 3 one. This one. Remove that. Maybe we can hijack my GTFO game capture window because I don't even own it at the moment. I only played it in the beta, the alpha. Just set to Frostpunk. Let's set this one to Hand of Fate, and then rename this to our dedicated Hand of Fate game capture window. Hand of. Here it is. Lovely. You have to tell me if the game's a little bit too loud. I will try and talk into the microphone as best as I can here. It's them sultry tones. But you'll have to tell me if the game's too loud versus my ear holes kind of thing. Okay, so let us click start here.
The more I wonder.
Lovely. So we're going into the story mode, which is nice. So, where we are at the moment, we in the last stream were able to beat the Jack of Plague and the King of Dust. We're now moving on to the Jack of Scales, which is like a scaly boy, a lizard man as it were. We've got several bosses that we need to go through here. We're getting up to about halfway through the game. Combat is difficult. There's lots of traps in the arenas, lots of ranged attacks. There's an awful lot going on at the moment. So yeah, it's getting difficult now. Game is louder than voice. Okay, thank you. I will... Look at it. Look at it. I mean, there's only...
Oh, yeah.
There we go. I don't know how much closer to 0 I can get it, to be honest. Thank you very much there to Lord Mannix for the Twitch Prime sub. Welcome, welcome. Right, so, the Jack of Scales. Let's have a look at this guy. So there's 2 curses with the Jack of Scales. Mana drain. Cooldown timers for weapons and artifacts are doubled. Last man standing. In every combat, the last enemy alive can no longer be stunned or interrupted. Which means I'm guessing he can't be... Okay, that's fair enough. Because, yeah, if I right-click, I can get a stun. I tend not to use it too often, but, yeah, that's fair enough. So basically, what I want to do is make sure that I don't have the boss as the last guy, if I can help it. Okay, 2 challenges, Dead Man's Gorge and 2 offers of supplies. Let's have a look at the Jack of Scales.
The suit of scales are represented by these lizard men. Quiet, patient, lethally subtle, and coldly intelligent. Of all the creatures I have incarnated as suits, these please me the most.
He's a scaly. Right then, swallow the mic. I'll endeavour to. So let's go to the deck builder. Now, there is like a whole dynamic here of like deck building where you can shuffle cards around. I've been advised by people that have played this before that if it's your first playthrough, which it is for me, you should go with the default decks. So that is what I'm going to do. So decks have been updated with default content. So let us go back and start the game.
You have taken one of my symbols, but now we begin to play in earnest. My scepter is at stake, and I do not intend to lose it.
Lovely. So we've got his, I don't know, fucking weird, like, glowing rave stick thing. Very nice.
Scales. I have saved the lizard men for now, but the stakes have been raised. There is no weapon I will not use against you.
Fair enough. You could just reach across the table and slap me one. Honestly, don't be afraid to customize the deck. I think I will customize the deck if I ever come back to this game in the future, but while I'm understanding the mechanics of which cards I would probably want to use in my encounters and things, because, like, maybe there's a certain type of weapon or something that's good against lizard men that I might have in my deck, but I don't necessarily understand that it's good yet, and so it's worth, at least on my first playthrough, trying to just use what I have in terms of default. Those are big hands. They are enormous hands, aren't they? I've never actually looked at that. They're huge. Look at them. They're fucking bear claws. He's clearly not of this world. Right, so let us jump in the only direction that we can do. This makes up the base of the game. So I've got a health card here with my health points. Food is used by -1 for every turn that I move. So if I move to a card, that's -1 food. Gold is used to spend stuff, which is nice. Basically the core of this game is moving through these tiles or cards and interacting with any encounter that is on the reverse side, whether it's combat, whether it's some sort of dilemma, anything like that. But let us move forward. The helpful priest. Let's have a look here. You meet a wandering priest who greets you in a friendly manner. For a small share of your provisions, I will bless you in the name of the old gods. So I could give him half of my food here, which would be quite a commitment this early, or I could just leave him. I think maybe going for this early might be a good idea. Yeah, we do have a lot of food. So let's go with number 1. Give him half of my food. Now I'll ask chat about...
A choice. Select your desire.
I'm pretty sure it's number 3 for the huge success, isn't it? I think it is, yeah. Number 3? That it was, because it was on top. That was lucky. Right then, he speaks in the language of the old religion and for several minutes, and then gently touches your forehead. It is done. Draw 2 blessing cards. Lizard Eater. Receive 1 food for every lizard killed. That is huge. That is phenomenal. And my next blessing is Will of the Gods.
Useful.
At the start of each combat, a random opponent is highlighted. If the creature is the first to die, then 5 gold pops out, which the player may collect. That's not too bad. It's alright. Yeah, that Lizard Eater thing is enormous. Like, that's going to really help us with our deficit of food here. Let us jump this way. The Ember Town Hero. Let's have a look here. You come across an injured adventurer whose battered and bloodied armor tells you he's seen combat recently. Ask him about his troubles. I've been chasing a pack of thieves that attacked my home village of Embertown. I killed some of them in an ambush, but I fear I lack the strength to chase the rest down. If you have any honor, you will find those jackals and make them pay. The Embertown Hero. New encounter. Let us jump over to do it.
Let's find out what type of character you really are.
You have caught up with the Embertown village raiders who call you out. Stay your hand, adventurer, and we will share the spoils with you. We can either refuse and attack the thieving scum or simply accept that. What should we do? Should we accept or shall we refuse to deal with the thieving scum? I think there's a token at stake here, so I think we should go with number 1. You tell them that their gods, to ask their gods for mercy. You tell them to ask their gods for more mercy than you are about to show them. 4 of dust, 2 difficulty. Okay, let's have a dance, shall we? Ready for combat. Okay. So here we are. We've only got basic weapons. Light armor, a shield, and a basic axe. That's all we have. And our gold here. Now, are there traps in here? There we go, just got to get on top of my block. There we go. Got him. Very nice. Didn't manage to get the highlighted guy first, but that's chill. Lovely. Excellent. Carefully turn out the thieves' pockets. The dealer draws you 3 game cards. We get 15% max
If you
health.
gain health, then I work harder to take it.
Gain 1 food, which is better than nothing, I suppose, and gain 3 food, which isn't bad
I'm
at
sure
all.
you're grateful for that.
Afterwards, you return to tell the hero of Ember Town of your success. He gestures you to come closer. In silence, he hands you a jeweled ring and then dies. You put the ring away and identify later and bury the fallen champion. The card's token
Another token
is
brings
now
you
yours.
closer to your goals.
These tokens, certain encounters in the game will earn you these tokens. These tokens can then be used to enhance the size of your deck. Like, you know, those pills that you can buy online. Yeah, so it's basically like the more tokens that I get, the more options I will have to customize my deck with later. So let us jump over here. So this will be the escape ladder. This will take us down to the next area. Right. To continue forwards, you must first descend down a ladder into the unknown. Let us climb that ladder. You embark upon the next leg of your adventure.
I appreciate
are.
your efforts. I worked hard on this game. It is a pleasure to see you play. A ship at dock is worth nothing until it sails.
That's it. So, basically, the way that this is going, right, is that this particular layout is pretty bad because it means I've got to use, like, twice as much food moving around. So I've got to move, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, potentially. So I need at least 7 food, which I have. Let us jump here. The Travelling Tinker. I have discovered him, but I am not going to look closer due to the fact that I have no gold to spend. So, in a shady grove off the beaten trail, you find a travelling merchant looking to trade with wandering adventurers. Trinkers sell items of all descriptions. We're going to pass it by for now, as I have nothing to trade. We're going to go north. We have found the stairs.
Descend ever deeper into the subterranean
No. Oh, shit.
pit.
I thought clicking off would fucking skip the dialogue. Never mind. Okay, well, we're moving on. I've missed out a couple of... I guess I've only missed out 2 cards. That's not too bad. And I've saved my food. Right. Forward we go. Culling the
He
Ratmen.
is not your duke, remember. He can only ask, not order.
All the lands in the kingdoms are being overrun with ratmen. Merchants in my lands are attacked on the road, as are any travellers such as yourself. My guards are needed here, with me, but if I had just 50 gold, I would hire a mercenary army to find their nests and cull their numbers. Let us refuse. I understand that contributing to the common good may be unfamiliar to your sort, but I urge you to return immediately if you change your mind. Just unfortunately do not have the gold to part with at the moment. A wife's fury.
You are braver than I if you're willing to get involved in a marital dispute.
Yeah. While travelling through a small town, you're accosted by a furious woman who shouts at you from the door of her homestead. You there! You look like you can handle yourself. My husband was supposed to be home hours ago, but instead he's with his pals, drinking away all of our coin. They left the spoils from their latest job here. If you go and teach them a lesson, you can get your pick. What do you say? Go to the tavern and confront the husband. Let's do it. Now, here's someone with some sense. I would go crack his skull myself, but our dragon cow is birthing a litter and might just burn the whole place down. Fair enough. You find the woman's husband, Jack of Dust, and his 3 mates. You turn a corner, and the woman's husband is at the local tavern. He's playing a drinking game with his friends. Shall we join his drinking game, or shall we threaten him? Now, I think probably threaten him is the way to go, isn't it? Oh, some people are saying 2. Yeah, let's join his drinking game then. Let's see how we do here. I think number 2? I think number 2. I'm not sure, though. What do you guys think? What do we reckon? Drink, drink, drink. A lot of people are saying 2. A couple of people are saying 1. 2 is failure, I think. 1 or 2. People would dare to say 1. What do we think, chat? 1 or 2? 1? Let's do it. Oh, I was right. There we go. You drink too many flagons of gnomish ale and fall unconscious sometime in the early hours. You awaken in a nearby ditch the next morning. The dealer draws you 1 pain card. Lose 15 max health.
I am sorry.
What has chat done? What has chat done? Terrible. Right. We lose our token as well. The Dead Man's Gorge.
It's enough to put you off crossing at bridges like this. Surely there's an alternative that would leave you less exposed and vulnerable.
While crossing the ancient rope bridges of Dead Man's Gorge, you hear sounds of movement from below. It's an ambush. 2 of skulls. We're running out of food. Right. Here we go. Light armor, shield, axe. That's all I have to my name. 2 skelly boys. Looks like one of them is a bow. Means I'm going to have to be blocking a lot. Oh no. Neither of these guys are blowing. Oof, I didn't know these guys had blockable attacks. Jesus. It was close. I didn't know they had unblockables. Jesus. Okay. Right. The dealer draws you 3 game cards. 5 max health. 1 piece of equipment. We get the damacles.
For dealing with crowds.
During combat, press one of my mouse buttons here to throw knives in 8 cardinal directions. So if I'm surrounded, I can just throw them out. And 3 food, which is welcome. Let us go to the stairs. The cave mouth. The next step of your journey takes you from a cave. You're out of the feet of an imposing forest. You have discovered the exit. Exit the cave. You embark upon the next leg of your adventure. Very, very nice.
What brings you to play the game? Ha! I know you will not tell me. Like all the rest, you are silent.
I can go like here to here and then maybe jump up one. There we go. Let's have a look. Oh, the Goblin King's halls. Hello, Lionel.
There's a token in it for you if you win.
While walking by a huge tree at the edge of a lake, Mr. Lionel's head appears from the leaves above. Excellent work, my lad, Mr. Lionel declares, citing the lock of elven hair and leaping to the ground. Didn't have to break many bones to get this, I trust. Never mind, it's best I don't know any. He then calibrates the device, turning it over in his hand. This bit turns like this. This knob pushes in there. Not sure what this fiddly bit does here. It's working! Lionel gasps with glee as the amulet begins to glow. By waving the amulet around in the air, the goblin somehow contrives to lead you on a haphazard journey over the hills and across rivers, until finally you come to a trapdoor hidden by foliage under an ancient tree. Through the doorway, you see a stone chamber and hear a variety of strange mechanical noises. There may be some traps. Kings can never be too careful when guarding their treasure, I'm sure I mentioned them earlier.
It has been called the Game of Eternity that we play.
I'm reading.
I didn't think that meant you'd take forever to make a decision, mind.
Now, get in there and steal 50 gold pieces for me. I'll hold your gold until you get back out and meet you on the other side. Good luck. And with a firm boot at your backside, Liner sends you tumbling through the trapdoor. Okay. We've got to get him 50 gold. Very nice. Let's have a look here. Hopefully we don't lose too much health doing this. We've got to steal him 50 gold. What is all this about? I feel like... Yeah. Oh, almost. Didn't quite get the gambol right. What's the catch here? Not much. But I obviously want to be on this side. What is that? Oh, Christ. Wait for the fire to go. There it is. Oh dear. Oh. Oh. Come back. I don't know whether that's got gold in. They don't seem to have gold in. Okay, I need to try and roll across there. That's fine. 21 gold. That one looks like it's going to be particularly rough. Ah, you bastard. Oh, you shitter. That hurt quite a bit. Never mind. Well, I couldn't quite get him 50 gold. Mr. Lion immediately greets you upon your escape, lifting your gold bag before you even realise it's there. He counts out the coin you managed to retrieve. Not nearly enough. I want my revenge. Get back in there and get me my gold. Let us go back into the maze. With a deep breath, you go back inside. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not sure. Well, proper squeaky bum time, that's it. This fucker, I know, right? What can we do there? There we go, that's a bit better. Where is the rest of the gold, then? Unless there's any hiding on these retaining walls. Oh, there's some there. Okay, I definitely didn't miss that last time. There must be more gold spawned in the dungeon now. I've got to go down the middle of this one. There's no... Check these corners. Just absolutely sure that I cannot break these pots. It doesn't look like it. I thought maybe there was more gold in them, but... It appear I was wrong. God, this one looks like a bastard, doesn't it? This one. 42. I've got to go back in one more time. Are you joking? Oh, God damn it. Back into the maze then. Mr. Lion immediately greets you upon your escape, lifting your gold bag before you even realise he is there. I want my revenge. Get back in there. Go back into the maze. One more time. We did better that time. Let's see if we can do it again. The Goblin King's Halls. I remember when I played this last time, I was really bad at this. Clearly my dexterity is now tenfold. Right. Let's jump through here. Here we go. Let's see if there's any more gold. Not entirely sure. At least you got full health after the exit, that's true. Where is all the gold now? So there's some more over there, which is great. Ooh, that was close. Right down the middle if I can. There it is. That one and there. There we go. Out we go. Lovely. By the time you're done with this maze, you'll be an absolute ninja. That's it. Right. Even at the ripe age of 22, it's true. Mr. Lionel immediately greets you upon your escape, lifting your bag of gold before you even realise he is there. He counts out the coins you managed to retrieve. Not bad. Not bad at all, he says, happily. I'll eat these later. But now, good work, my boy. Let's get out of here before the Goblin King discovers what's what. Here's your gold bag. Sorry if it smells like old cheese now. The card's token is yours. There we go. Lovely. Well, at least we did it. Let's go to the middle. A travelling mage. I have nothing to sell or buy except maybe that old ring. I don't know whether it's something that I have in my inventory, but we'll have a look. Mages sell only specific items that they've discovered in faraway lands. Their prices may be high, but they also pay well for anything that catches their eye. Approach the shop. Greetings, wise traveller. I have much to offer you. See, we may have to sell something, if I can, just to buy food. It's my biggest bottleneck at the moment. I've only got 4 left. Let's have a mooch then. Right, sell items. What do I have to sell that he might like? So we've got this thing. I may have to sell that just to get food. That's worth 18. Food, I can only buy single doses, which is at a very steep rate, to be honest. Buy items, we've got this helmet. Lizardmen take double damage from the player's attacks. That's actually quite good. The dragon ring. Eggs wraps. Alchemical silver. That could be quite good, to be honest. Sell my dignity. I'll see if I can. Let's go back to sell items. Remember the curse. Blessings... The curse... Sorry. Remember the curse. Blessings cost double charges. What? Inventory. Curses. What's it? Mana drain. Cooldown timers for weapons and artifacts are doubled. Yeah, so that what's it thing that I've got, that throwing knife ability, has double cooldown. So yeah, that's probably just worth selling. And I don't really tend to use them. So I will sell this, like so. That will get us 28 gold. I will go back. I will buy this helmet.
Let the lizard men beware.
Because I've got to fight a lizard man anyway, which means he's going to take double damage. And then with our remaining thing, we will buy a single piece of food. Let us leave. Yes. Right. Let's keep going then. I'm going to not bother doubling back on myself. I'm going to hope where I need to go is down here. There we go. Local peasant.
Win this and claim my
While
token.
while crossing a clearing, you meet a peasant woman. Greetings, stranger. The winter has come hard on my family this year, and in the forest behind it, you sense movement. I really don't have enough food. I might give her just one food and hope that that's enough. The woman takes your food, eagerly passing it to some children who suddenly rush out of the forest, hands stretched. While you eat, the woman speaks briefly of what she has seen and heard recently. So that's where I need to go. The maiden is down there. I could ask her for food, couldn't I? I could ask the maiden for food and then do the rat men hunting. What do we think about that? Yeah, I could ask the maiden for food. I don't know whether she gives food, but I think we can. Should we go and ask the maiden for food? I think we've got to, really. We're running out. Right, the maiden...
Our hero needs sustenance badly.
One day in a shady forest, you encounter an elf maiden. She stops to greet you. I am Merith of the forest. My people have long helped them all. What boon would you ask of me? It's for supplies. This bread will sustain you for many days. The dealer draws 2 food cards, 5 food and 3 food. That's pretty good. Many enchanted weapons have powerful abilities that can turn the tide of battle. Only if their wielder remembers to use them. Farewell, mortal. We'll go via the ratmen hunting.
Of course,
let's battle the
killing their
ratmen.
leader is a fine way to provoke them.
Draws 1 monster card. 6 of plague. 0 difficulty. Hopefully the arena won't be too bad. Let's do it. 6 rats. Probably a couple of them are going to have bows. I've got to be careful because these guys do have an unblockable attack. I must be most wary. Lovely helmet. Any ranged? I got like I started attacking then just as a fucking hit come in. There we go. A little bit faster on the block. There we go. Good stuff. Oof. What was that about? Why was I losing so much health? There must have been a bleed or something. Never mind. Cool. Right, you actually killed the highlighted enemy for the blessing. Oh, did I? Whoops. You recover some food and... from the rat carcasses, you gain 1 food. Let's see. Yep, 1 food. A single food.
A little food.
Better than nothing.
Not a great change, but enough to switch the odds a little.
That's what we want. We'll go via the mage. Can't buy anything from him, so I will just swing by as I pass it by. Sustenance! Do they have poison? Maybe a bleed or a poison, yeah. Hitch a ride.
Better than trudging along a muddy road.
You found a friendly trader willing to let you ride on his wagon. We will hitch a ride. Excellent.
Did you expect me to tell your fortune? No. A fortune teller is at their most base and despicable when they begin to believe their own lies. Of course, I am different. My powers are genuine.
That's it. Let us go right this time. A travelling jeweler. I have no cause to be with you. In a shady grove off the beaten trail, you find a travelling merchant looking to trade wares with adventurers. Jewelers specialise in selling artifacts and rings, such an exclusive market demands high prices. We will pass it by, as I have no need of that. The Twisted Canyon. Let us have a look here. You see a weapon glinting in the sunlight lying next to a skeleton at the bottom of a canyon. The walls of the canyon are covered in thick vines, perfect for climbing. Let us climb down and retrieve the weapon. Number 1. There we go. Lovely. Very carefully, you make your way down to the bottom of the canyon. We draw 1 equipment card. We get the Scorching Zeal, damage 32. This weapon has a fire aura that decreases quickly. Press my mouse button to restore fire and burn nearby enemies. So it adds like a damage over time. I will equip it.
As pleases you.
That's it. Right. I do have enough. Do I have enough? I have enough food to double back at least once. Noble trader.
Wealth separates the highest.
A nobleman approaches on a chariot.
In itself, a form of virtue.
As you walk the streets of Stigal, he notices you and comes to a stop. Greetings, mercenary. I'm a collector of rare weapons, and yours intrigues me. Would you part with it for gold? I'm going to decline, because I need my weapon here. I'm not going to. Disappointing, but my own fault, I suppose, for expecting to find a business-savvy peasant. He rides away. Lovely. And then let's go this way. The Ratmen hunting. Let's do it. You stumble across the Ratman hunting party. Prepare to defend yourself. 6 of plague. Let's dance, shall we? See how we go. Lots of fire around here. Are there any traps in this arena? Hard to see. I've got my helmet, I've got my shield, and I've got my Scorching Zeal, my big flaming mace, or hammer. Whoa. Try and get the rangers first. That's close. Oh, Jesus. They've got 4 attacks all on the back of each other. Yep. Oh, I keep forgetting the button. There it is. It's that button, isn't it? Oh. There we go. Come on. Oh, he just burnt it. He had a heart attack. Jesus, that's a lot of stamina, that's it. Do I have siblings? Yes, I've got an older and a younger brother. Look off. 25 health off of me, which is nasty. You sigh as you search the bodies and find nothing. If there were only another way to stop this plague of Ratman, paying somebody to take care of it. This way. There it is. The forest escape.
Roaming ever forward. Hunting.
Take you further into the forest. Let us continue on this path. You embark on the next leg of your adventure. Hopefully,
the lizard men are nothing if not patient.
This is a long dungeon. I'm not ready for this. Right, heroes remains.
So often, this is how the story ends, is it not? The hero tries, the hero dies.
That's it.
Their memory is celebrated, but they are lost.
I didn't realise how long this dungeon was. You pass a funeral. It's obvious from the size of the procession that the deceased man was a well-loved figure. You are approached by a cleric. The hero fell defending our beloved town of Windermere. His sword and shield are powerful artifacts, but they must be returned to his hometown for proper burial rites to be completed. Will you do this, traveller? Take the hero's belonging. Thank you. This will mean the world to his family. The town would have revolted if these the town would have revolted had these artifacts not been returned. It's not far to the hero's hometown. Look for the town cleric when you get there. The Viking Blade, 30 damage,
Such
trigger
an
rage.
Elegant use of rage and anger. You wouldn't expect it of the
And
barbarian
pain. A
hordes.
shield bash deals damage to the opponent. damage increased as you go up in combos tier. Oh, right. I guess we'll equip them. Why not? For now. Right. A heavy burden. After 5 steps...
Let us see how you progress with that millstone around your neck. Of
Jesus.
course, you can remove your curses at shops if you can find them. Still, I'm
Hero's
keen to
Return.
see how you handle your disadvantages.
Right, so I've got 5 turns to lose 50% health. The mace was better. Last food, I know. I feel like I should just... So 5 turns, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not good. No, I'm going to have to go this way round. Let's have a look here. Hunting the Huntsman.
A challenge for you, and a token if you succeed.
Turns out that it's not too hard to track down a madman, or a mad huntsman who's on a crusade across the countryside in search of a mythical beast. He has been spotted interrogating tavern-goers, accosting travellers in the woods, and closely scrutinising various animal droppings. You hear that he very recently left the town of Thatch Cross and is seen heading into the forest nearby. You follow a set of tracks that lead to a leafy glade. Colourful autumnal debris blankets the grounds, and you stop dead when you hear a suspiciously loud snapping beneath your feet. Oh dear. This is going to hurt, isn't it? I want to say number 1 or 2. I'm not entirely sure. What do we think, chat? 3? A lot of people say 3. Okay, 3. Failure. Right. The ground disappears from beneath your feet. You have a split second to leap forward. You launch yourself through the air and grab a small fucking thing on the edge of the pit. Yeah, let's see if I can get away with this. Number 2, is it? I feel like number 2, perhaps. What do we think? 2? Some people say 2. 2. Failure again. That was my bad that time. Draws 1 pain card. Lose 5 gold. I can live with that. As you rise to your feet inside the pit, you hear the voice. You hear the voice from above.
Your strength will
Oh,
not
God, the
be
guy talking
restored
over me.
between encounters. You'll also begin to starve. It seems you'll learn that soon enough, though.
When the guy starts talking and I'm talking, I just get to pieces. How disappointing. Not only are you not the white minotaur I'm searching for, you're not any kind of minotaur. So careless for you to have fallen into my trap. I'd love to hang around, yet it appears that your spelunking has attracted some locals. The voice fades into the distance and is replaced with the not-so-stealthy sounds of large creatures approaching through the trees. Interesting. This way, the Dead King's Hall.
The greater the risk of starvation.
We need to fight this. You see an ancient ornate coffin in the main burial chamber. It may hold spectacular wealth, but surely it will be guarded. Draw 2 monster cards, 2 of scales, 3 of dust. If I kill the lizard men, don't I get food because of that thing? So let us attempt to take them by surprise. I may fail. Oh, never mind. Okay, you suddenly leap into the fray, taking one of them down. Let us take down the 3 of dust. And then we'll fight the 2 of scales. This arena has a trap on the left. You can see that. Let's see. This will be my first time fighting the guys. So let's see how this goes. Oh, there's skinks. There we go. So those traps on the left there are going to shoot. I want to stay back here if I can. They're I'm guessing they're extremely tanky from the looks of it. So these look more like Saras, don't they? Jesus. Oh God, I got nowhere to roll. They're fucking owning me. Holy shit. There we go, we got him. Holy shit. This arena's so bad. Like, you're so fucking close to getting fucked up. I've got 2 food at least. They counter-attack you after you counter them, right. You loot the room. 5 game cards. Gold. 15 health, I'll take that. 15 gold. Only 5 gold.
I'm sure you are grateful for that.
15 health. I am actually very grateful for that. Let us jump to this tile and give the guys weapons and stuff back. The heroes return.
Look. Look deeply. This is the fate of heroes.
You reach Windermere, the Hotown of the Dead Adventurer. The town cleric meets you at the gate. He appears to be standing vigil. Return the hero's sword. Thank you. This blade will once again be wielded in righteous fury. You also have his shield. Return the hero's shield. Truly you have done the Almighty's work in returning this shield. Thank you. Blessed are we who protected can fell those who trespass against us. Draw 2 blessing cards. High Constitution. Whenever a player eats food, they gain twice the usual healing.
I will have to rebalance that next time.
And Holy Touch. Undead that physically strike the player receive damage themselves. Cards token is now yours. Lovely. Haven't got too many tokens in this journey, but what can I do? Other food there. Really good on the healing. The Jack of Scales. Here he is. I could just try and finish him now.
For the ages.
Excellent.
I expect greatness.
The Lizard Potency allows him to nullify the magic abilities of the target's weapon and artifacts. Okay, so my magic aura won't do anything against him. The Lizardman's Potency allows him to nullify those attacks. That's fine. 2 of them? Let's do it. Let's just get in here and smash his teeth in. I may not have done the most efficient way through. 4 of Scales. What I need to do, I need to make sure I'm blocking and stuff. Oh, he's a big bastard. Look at him. I've never actually fought this guy before. This will be a first. I need to make sure I'm on target with the dodge. He has a really long reach from the look of it. Come on. God. Oh, God, I nearly got stuck there. Oh, I actually tunnel vision then. Yeah, you're right. After every attack, they do go fucking aggressive, don't they? I'm hoping that your man... Oh, I need to like guard break him, don't I? I need to like use my stun a bit more. So if I like right click, there we go. One's down. Stun. There we go. He's actually smashing the shit out of his own side. Yeah, so I need to like stun. And then he'll attack his mates. Jesus, this is like I'm playing 5-dimensional chess here. Okay, it's just your man left now. I like shoved him around. I think I got him. There we go. Jesus, just got through that. Nice. Christ above. At least the double damage with my helmet helped a lot there. Half as many hits. You can't block any of his attacks now. That's fair enough.
Well played. Well played indeed.
Lovely.
You have defeated something that I never expected to die.
Lovely. So, the scepter upgrades. At the start of your adventure, you gain an equipment card. Food bonus. Your adventure starts with more food. New starting gear. Ratman strength increased, bandit health increased, lizardman strength increased. Okay, so it makes the game easier and almost harder as well. The next level is ours.
The wand represents my will in the purest sense. It is not too late for you to give up now. Go peacefully to your fate and leave me to mine. You begin to assemble a credible deck. Let us see what happens next.
There we go. Let us activate one of these tokens, see what we get here. We've got ourselves the Ring of Justice. Defeating the bandits who looted the Amber Town, you receive that card there. Doing Sir Lionel's quest, we receive the next part of his adventure, Goblin King's Halls 3. Very, very good. And the next part of our adventure here with the Sword and the Shield. Returning the belongings of the dead hero, we receive Holy Order, gain 10 gold per blessing, and War Cry, whatever that does. Another one of our tokens here. Let's see what we got. We've got the Queen of Skulls coming up next, the Metal Ore, whatever that is, Holy Forge, and Dark Ritual, playing for tokens there. Very, very nice. And our final token, 2 weapons, the Hern's Helm, or Herney's Helm, or Herney's Antlers, and the Undead Bane. All very interesting weapons, I'm sure.
Let us continue.
Halfway through. Very, very good.
Into the depths we go, searching for the dead and dying.
Story mode. Let's have a look here. Right, the Queen of Skulls. Let's have a mooch. Haunted. Whenever the player purchases a new item, they gain a curse. That's not ideal. And Merchant Guild. All traders have been persuaded to offer cheaper items. I see. So they want you to buy things and get curses. 4 Dark Dwellers, 2 Call of the Shadows. That's not awful. It also looks like the Queen of Skulls is a ranged unit from the fact that she's carrying this rifle. Which means we'll probably bump into more ranged guys as we go through.
So
Let us
much
select
death
our opponent.
and sorrow in the world.
Deck builder.
Can you hear the winds keening in loss?
There it is.
Can you hear the dirges as the trees and the earth cry out in sorrow?
Show
This
deck.
is the Queen of Skulls, and that is all she can hear. It has driven her to madness. Her touch is the promise of death, and I say to you, you were warned.
All of these new ones that are in there. The Lone, this thing. I think we'll just leave it as default. Recommend. Recommend me a deck. Your cards have been updated. Okay, back. And start the game.
The lands of the Queen of Skulls are unhealthy for the living.
Lots of losing health cards. Loads of shops to try and entice us. The dungeons are now becoming very, very long, like 4 or 5 floors, so I have to bear that in mind with my food. The Undead Bane would be a good weapon to find. We'll have to see. A lot of high-level enemies as well.
Few have reached the depths of the game that you have attained. They were too weak or too inflexible, too passionate or lacking in the necessary will.
Interesting.
You are different.
Excellent. So, Ring of Survival. After every third combat, the player receives plus 20 health. That's pretty good. We're expected to take a lot of damage then. So let's have a look at my new starting gear, because the game says it's updated my starting gear. So we start now with medium armor. Provides good protection against physical harm with minimal restriction on movement. So we start with medium armor now. We also have an axe and a basic shield. This ring, we've got the Ring of Hindsight. All encounter cards are revealed upon reaching the next set of stairs. Interesting. And Ring of Survival. So basically, if we miss out any cards, the Ring of Hindsight will show us what we missed. Okay, not too bad. Medium armor is an interesting thing to take forward, and the Ring of Survival should help us as we push through. Here we go. Stranger in the Shadows.
Aha. The Count enters the picture.
Right.
Again, a token is at stake.
On a dark, moonless night down a lonely road, you encounter a hooded stranger. Greetings, friends. I am in need of some sustenance. Lovely. Would you be willing to offer some of your vigor in exchange for gold, he asks, taking out a bag of coins. Do we accept or decline this gentleman? I think accepting it would probably... Why do I have a ring on my head? It's a fair question. I think we just accept it, don't we? Let us accept. The stranger moves with unnatural speed to grasps you firmly and bites your throat. For a few seconds, he releases you. Thank you, he says, handing you some gold to retain your composure. I am not yet sated. Would you like to earn more gold? Yes. The stranger moves with unnatural speed and regain your composure. Lovely. So we've given him 20 health. Mortal, you seem unusually willing to give up your blood for material gain. The stranger goes on to tell you a tale of secret blood auctions where they may be found. The card's token is yours.
You can take it.
Well, at least we got a token. Lovely. Right, the hero's remains. Right. You pass a funeral. It is obvious from the size of the procession that the deceased was a well-loved figure. You are approached by a cleric. This great hero fell defending our beloved town of Windermere. His sword and shield are powerful artifacts, but they must be returned to his hometown for the proper burial rites to be completed. Take the hero's belongings. Thank you. This will mean the world to his family. The town would have revolted had the artifacts not been returned. It's not far to the hero's hometown. Look for the town cleric when you get there. Viking blade.
Take your feelings and turn them.
I'm just going to click no. And pain. A shield bash deals damage to the opponent. Damage is increased as the combo increases. We're not going to equip these. We're just going to keep them in our inventory. Heavy burden. After 5 steps,
I appreciate your ingenuity.
Loses 50% max health.
To seeing how you approach this particular challenge.
And the hero's return is just down the road. So let's do it. Dark Dweller.
Even I am unsure where this thing springs from.
Right, your path is blocked by an evil mass of tentacle and eyes. Even as you watch, the thing sprouts new limbs, eagerly awaiting for you. Attempt to get around the creature. Yeah, there's no way round, so I've got to...
Choose from these options.
I have no idea, chat. Do you have your rings equipped as chat claims? I think I do, yeah. Yeah, I think they're equipped down here, are they? Or maybe not, actually. I'm not entirely sure. A lot of people are saying 3. A couple of people are saying 2. 1 for 4. A 5 from Wilhelm. Very helpful. I don't have them equipped. Okay, I should try and put them on, shouldn't I? A lot of people are saying 3. We're going to go by majority and say 3. 2. There it is. Dealer draws you 2 pain cards. 10 health per curse.
Curse you. And I will make
and lose 30% of your gold.
Keep
That's
yourself
a big hit.
Clear of curses, and you'll have nothing to worry about.
True. Right. So let's have a look at my inventory then. So chat was saying that I don't have any of these rings on. Ring of Survival. Always active, it says. Trinkets are always active. I've got both of those. Right. Good to see you, Gwig. Let us keep moving to the town. Hero's return.
There has never been a hero whose end has not been thus.
Right, you reach the town of Windermere. Dead adventurer, the cleric meets you at the gate. Return the hero's sword. Thank you. This blade will once again be wielded in righteous fury. You also have his shield. Return his shield. Truly, you have done the Almighty's work in returning the shield. Thank you. Blessed are we who protected and fell those who trespass against us. 1 blessing card. Retribution. Whenever the player is struck by a ranged attack, there is a chance that the attacker will be stunned for 3 seconds. That is not a bad blessing. Let us move on. Heavy burden has also been removed, which is nice. The forest escape. Hello, Jimmy Ray. Right, you find your path forwards. Sorry, you find your path forwards will take you into the forest. Let's have a look then. You have discovered the exit to this area. Let us take the forest path. You embark upon the next leg of your adventure.
I did not create this game, you know. I have merely perfected it. You have begun to understand my innovations.
Fair enough. Let us jump this way. The Maiden. Hello. Right, one day in a shady forest you encounter an elf maiden. She stops to greet you. I am Merith of the Forest Folk. My people have long helped the mortals of this realm. What boon would you ask of me? I could ask for longer life, supplies, gold, or to be blessed. Cube Hydrate is a very good idea. Let's do that. Big drink. Let us ask to be blessed. By whatever strength my people yet hold, may you be protected on your journey. 1 blessing card. Arcane knowledge. Whenever the player uses an artifact, there's a 30% chance of immediately reducing its cooldown by 80%. I don't have any artifacts, but yes, that would be nice. The elders of our kind often say that we must retread paths we once took in order to gain an advantage on the present. Farewell, mortal. This way. Mr. Lionel, hello, sir. Let's have a mooch. Whilst enjoying your evening meal at the local tavern, a strange old man takes a seat next to yours. He taps you on the shoulder quite painfully with his wooden staff to get your attention, and you notice that he appears to be a goblin poorly disguised as a human. His wizen face grins at you with a hint of madness. My name is Mr. Lionel. If you give me what I need, boy, I will conjure up your heart's desire. With this wizarding wand of my own creation. Lovely. He cackles uncontrollably for a few moments, then sits patiently waiting for your answer. I might just give him the gold, to be honest, because of the fact that, like, if I buy anything, I'm going to get cursed. It's Small Hands Brutus. No, I was a dwarf. I might just give him the gold, because, like, I've got no use of it. So, food or gold, otherwise he takes items, right? It's true. The voice was Small Hands, right, I see. Yeah, Mother's Hands. I always pause and forget this is not a VOD, that's it. Pretty sure he would get arrested if his wizardy wand was outside. Yeah, it's true. I'm going to go and give him the gold. Occasionally losing his place and moving different coins around randomly, he attempts to count the gold you place in front of him. This carries on for a while before he quite calmly and deliberately swallows each coin one by one. Now let's see what I have for you. He then sits considering you for a while before slapping the table with his hand. Aha! I know what you need. Here, Mr. Lionel pulls out a large empty cloth sack and holds it open for you. Reach in and receive your heart's desire. Draw 1 equipment card. Fortitude's Breath. Every third encounter does not consume food. Press right mouse button to shield bash a target and stun him. Fortitude's Breath. I will equip that, please.
Really? Is that what you're going to do?
Yes, of course I am. We shall meet again, the goblin suddenly declares. He then confidently strides out of the back of the tavern. Lovely. I guess I'd probably want to go. I've got the food to go and double back on myself. Here we go, a new encounter. Asleep at the inn.
Sleep, it would seem.
Right.
As you plunder the secrets of your memories, you'll gain new cards.
That's
Some
it.
you'll wish you'd left untouched.
Whilst sleeping at an inn, you jolt awake to find a bandit rifling through your belongings. You are quick to your feet, weapon in hand. The bandit laughs, clearly drunk. Easy there, princess. Spare an apple, would you? There's a good lad. He stands unsteadily, clutching a stolen apple and some coins. Now, we could attack the thief, in fact. It looks like Nancy here wants a fight. The bandit laughs, spits at your feet, and turns to leave. Lower your weapon, we could do. Yeah, but I think we tried attacking him last time, and we didn't get the thing. We didn't get the token last time because we attacked him. So let us lower our weapon. The bandit looks at you with contempt. Thought so. He wanders out of the room, whistling tunelessly to himself. The dealer draws 2 pain cards. Lose 20 gold, and we're going to lose some food. 1 food. Shaking your head, you wearily turn back to your bed and find yourself once again in the presence of the ghost from the forest. Its eyes so familiar, so real compared to its shifting body. Smile into yours. Something stirs in your mind. A past memory? You are still yourself. I need fear no longer. Its pale hands reach yours and suddenly you recall a laugh. A laugh to go with those smiling eyes. I have lingered too long in this place. It drains so. Do not forget me. You blink and the ghost is gone. Those eyes are gone. The token's card is now yours. Card's token, I should say. There it is. Right, let us continue on our journey. We'll go south, I think. What is this? There's a shop. The Ember down here. I'm guessing this is the exit I've found. That's
The
it.
horse is a fine companion. I'm sure you'll leave this one in time. You do not seem to have a temperament for friends, even in the animal kingdom.
There's no reason for me to go and explore those other 2. They're not like encounters or anything. That thing I may get something from, but it's not important. Thank you very much there to Ulla31, and also to, I don't know whether I caught Lord Mannix, but thank you all the same, sir. Thank you also to Badger Dax for the 4 months as well. Very, very kind. How are you about text adventure games for streams? I know it's not much to watch, but to be honest, the people here are here for your voice. I must admit, I'm not much for text adventure games, to be honest. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, let us hitch a ride. Let us continue. You have discovered the exit to this area. Yeah, lots of cube read. Let us hitch a ride. You embark upon the next leg of your adventure.
What brings you to play the game? Ha! I know you will not tell me. Like all the rest, you are silent.
I feel like I should go north and then back south. I feel like I should at least try and explore north. A shop.
Of course. So few trade in the land of death that deals are easy to strike.
Right. General shop offers a range of items and healing. Recently their prices have fallen. Pass it by. Continue on your journey. I've got no gold to trade, so... Ooh, a dark dweller.
Evil made flesh, but with no
your path is blocked by an
or
evil mass of
substance.
tentacles and eyes. We will flee back the way we
magic,
came.
But
The unnatural
unfocused.
terror grips your soul. That grips your soul lingers for hours after you flee to safety. We come back down here. We need to like have a look at all areas. Metal ore, a new encounter.
Sparse and relatively
As you
empty.
traverse a particularly
Mostly
tricky
we
trail
skip
across a
over
mountain
these
ridge, you
moments in our
notice
memory.
a dark
Yet
ravine
something
beneath
has
you.
caught you
Something
here.
glitters in the dim sunlight that reaches the base of that cavern. Climb down and take a look. In the gloom of the narrow canyon, you find the old remains of a wooden cart, apparently having fallen down years ago. You find nothing of worth except a chunk of glittering metallic ore. It might not sell for much in its current state, but perhaps you can find someone who can use it. You take it and you make your way back up the path. There's some sort of quest. Look, culling the Ratmen. I still have no gold,
Let
so I
us
can't
take
help.
a token on their foolishness.
All the lands in the kingdom are being overrun with Ratmen. We've already done all this, so we'll refuse. I understand that contributing to the common good may be unfamiliar to your sort, but I urge you to return immediately to change your mind. That's the stuff. Down here, then, is the exit. There's a culling the Ratmen thing just there. Stairs.
Down once more, seeking the heart of it all.
I'm just going to take the stairs as I've not missed anything here, so let us take the stairs. Culling the Ratmen, I don't need to do. You embark on the next leg of your adventure. Camera stream went, it's true.
Did you
There we go.
expect me to tell your fortune?
This should be pretty straightforward.
A fortune teller is at their most base and despicable when they begin to believe their own lies. Of course, I am different. My powers are genuine.
Lovely. Next along the line here, the Holy Forge.
A brotherhood of peace in the service of war. Never
I wonder if
trust
this
a
is for the
priest.
metal ore. On a dusty, lonely plain, you come across the shattered remains of an old monastery. Searching the building, you meet an old man dressed in dirty robes.
Long ago, we of the Brotherhood forged holy weapons to support the war against the infidels. But the infidels were strong, and one day one of their raiding parties took us by surprise.
Thank you very much, Webbs.
Thank you very much, Web Spinner. They destroyed most of our tools and took our supplies, including all of the rare ore that we used to craft our weapons. The king's army never returned after that day. I know not of what became of them in the years that followed. I have stayed here all these years, but only the ghosts remain to keep me company. All of the others who survived the attack left long ago.
Give the monk the sample of ore. The monk's eyes widen in surprise and he exclaims,
By the gods! Where did you get that? Or where did you find that?
He looks over the metal ore carefully.
If you're willing to put in the hard work, stranger, together we could fire up the forge one last time.
You spend several days with the old monk. By day, you toil together at the forge, and by night, you swap tales of your adventures and share his food. Eventually, you hold the completed weapon in your hands. The battle hammer. 40 damage. String together consecutive attacks to do massive damage. Press whatever to unleash a powerful explosion. Battle hammer. That's very nice, especially because it's holy, which is great. Right, let us keep continuing our token there. Thank you, warrior. Excellent, let's move on. Another shop. I've got nothing to buy or
Permanent
sell.
discount for those willing to endure the local color.
I mean, I'll approach the shop and see if I can buy more food by selling my old axe. Let's have a look. because I've got that old axe with me. Let's see how much food is at the moment. Food is, I can get, what, 18 for that? Let's see how much my starting item is. That's all I really have here. I've got my old axe and shield. Let's see here. My medium armor. I could sell a couple of these rings, couldn't I? Although, I might as well keep them on me. Yeah. Okay, let us sell that. Continue. That shouldn't curse me for selling, should it? And just buy a couple of pieces of food. Even if it's only just one. 4? Yeah. Is the currency in shop set in a fantasy magic world really $1? Yes. Yes, it is. I'm just going to buy 4 food. Or 1 food, even. There's nothing else I can do. I know everything's really cheap, but I can't be dealing with curses. I've got, like, okay stuff. I can survive off what I'm doing. Choose your next card. Dark Ritual.
The more
Skeletons,
powerful
maybe.
the sight, the more vile its trespassers.
While searching the sacred tombs of Wandamere, you come across a group of skeletons conducting a dark ritual. Draw 3 monster cards. Attack. The Jack of Skulls and 2 Skulls. Two of Skulls. So 4 skeletons. 4 skelly boys. You approach the undead fiends carefully and charge into their midst. The Jack of Skulls. I'm trying to remember what that boss details. I'm sure he's got some unblockable attacks, but I'm not sure. Right. Let's see how we do here. This arena looks like it's going to be a real bastard. No, it's not too bad, actually. Do they have a lot of... They don't really have... They do have some range, guys. Okay. Let's go. Okay, they've got a skeleton. Ooh, okay, there's fucking shit by the side of that coffin. Gotta be careful with that. That explosion was quite powerful. God, this thing opens up. Christ. Do you have a flat cap on? No, skeleton. Jesus. God, that owned him. Christ. Lovely. Dark Ritual. As the last broken bone clatters to the stone floor, you realise that your intervention has come too late. The sarcophagus is slowly cracking open. You quickly grab what you can from the arena and flee the chamber. Draw 2 equipment cards. We get the damacles there, the throwing knives,
and mercy
and a huge hammer. I don't think that's different, as you string together attacks. See, the battle hammer I have is better, so we will leave that. Okay, standing outside a moment later, you hear the unholy shriek that will haunt your dreams forever.
Take it. This card will unlock more cards, and then still more. You must dig deeply if you wish to discover the heart
Dark
of this
Dweller.
mystery.
I've got to push past it. There it is. Your path is blocked by an evil mass of tentacles and eyes. You must attempt to get past the creature, even as you watch the thing sprouts new limbs eagerly awaiting you. I must try and get through. 1? Nope, it's 4. Right, your luck only lasts so long before the tentacle gets hold of you and draws 2 pain cards. Lose 5 max health.
Nasty.
And 1 equipment. What did I lose? I've lost one of my rings. Okay, live with that. Another shop.
I am not surprised they have difficulty selling their wares here.
Let's approach the shop and sell that spare battle hammer. In a shady grove off the beaten trail, you find a travelling merchant looking to trade with wandering adventurers. Let's have a look here. Right. In we go. Right, so if I sell that battle hammer... Dot. Oh no, this hammer, the huge hammer, for 17. Sell that on. Continue. Let me just have a look at items to buy. Because I may even get rid of these throwing knives, because I tend not to use like stuff like that. What items have we got in? They're actually all so cheap. Holy shit. The Ring of Poverty. Not too bothered with that. Armor of Cold. Angel's Wings. Greater movement speed. They're not that good. Let's take a look at food, because the dungeons tend to go on for a very long time. I could buy 5 food. I think I will. Done. Then let's move on from this area. Lovely. What does the red counter on the shop card mean? It means that it's one that the dealer has added, if you're talking about that little red corner at the top right. Okay. Local peasants. Let's have a look here.
I will happily wager on the outcome.
While crossing a forest clearing, you meet a peasant woman. Greetings, stranger. The winter has been hard on my family this year. In the forest behind her, you sense movements. So, is giving her 5 food the thing that gets you the token? Or is it telling her that I have no food? Because I'm not great for food. I'm pretty sure, because I'm pretty sure I've never given her 5 food before, and I've never gotten this token. Let's give her 5 food. The woman takes your food eagerly, passing it to some children who suddenly rush out of the forest, hands outstretched. You have given us enough food to survive the winter, stranger. She retrieves a sack from just behind a bush. This was my husband's before he died. Please accept it as thanks. 1 equipment card. The fleet cuffs increase the wearer's movement speed. Lovely. Those are equipped. While the children eat, the woman speaks at length of what she's seen. Literally just the cave escape. We get her token at least, which is what we want, but now my food situation isn't fantastic. The cave escape.
Caves and caverns. One cannot hope to find adventure without a little delving now.
A dank and foreboding cave lies between you and your goal. Let's go into the cave. Next area.
I hear nothing but the sounds of mourning. She is close.
Right, I've only got 5 food, so let's have a look. The altar.
Whimsy and caprice. The domains of the old gods. Were they always thus? Or has age corrupted their natures?
On a deserted hilltop in a faraway land, you discover an old altar. The gods of the old religion are powerful, yet unpredictable in their favors. Do you wish to pray at the altar? Ooh, what do we think, chat? Dankest dungeon, that's it. My name is Long Live Quebec, and I'm the fastest man alive. That's the one. Do we pray at the altar? A lot of people are saying yes. What do we think, chat? I didn't pay attention to the cards as they turned over, and knowing me, I will always pick the failure. Loads of people are saying 3. 1 to 3. 3. There it is. Lovely. Right, you draw 1 blessing card. One on bended knee. You beseech the gods to aid you in your quest. A distant rumbling and a flash of lightning answers your prayer. We get Toxic Blood. Any hit on the player during combat has the chance to poison the attacker. Has a chance to poison the attacker. And another token. We're doing well for tokens in this journey. Let's have a look. A Twisted Canyon. You see a weapon glinting in the sunlight lying next to a skeleton at the bottom of the canyon. We don't need to retrieve this weapon, do we? Why risk going and taking damage if I don't need the weapon? I've already got the battle hammer. I don't need this weapon. We shall leave it. Running low on food, it's true. Leave the ravine. I'm going to assume that the lady that we need to fight is somewhere down here. And I'm going to go bypass this. A shop. Let's have a look. Would have been nice to sell it. We're going to pass the shop by. There we go. Noble trader. Let's have a look. A nobleman approaches on a chariot as you walk the streets of Steigl. He notices you and comes to a stop. We could sell our shields to the nobleman. Now, did I sell my spare shield? I know my food is pretty bad. Why? You could have bought food. I don't have any gold. I did sell my shield. Okay, so that would leave me shieldless, which is bad. You only have 1 good shield. I'm going to decline then. Disappointing? By my own fault, I suppose. or expecting to find a business-savvy peasant. That's it. Let's keep moving. We've got to try and find her. Hunting the Huntsman. Here we go.
This token will unlock more cards if you can defeat this encounter.
So the same encounter as last time. It turns out that it's not too hard to track down a madman hunt or a mad huntsman who is on a crusade across the countryside in search of a mythical beast. He has been spotted interrogating tavern goers, accosting travellers in the woods and closely scrutinising various animal droppings. You hear that he recently left the small town of Thatchcross and has been seen heading into the forest nearby. You follow a set of tracks that lead to a leafy glade. Colourful autumnal leaves blanket the ground. You stop dead when you hear a suspiciously loud snapping sound beneath your feet. Let's see if we can finally pass this encounter. Is it 1 or 2? I can never tell. Sell your daggers. I could do. I think it's 2, but I'm not sure. Somebody else says 3. 2s and 1s. My guess would be 1. I think it's 1. A lot of people say 2. How can one tell? You can kind of tell by the shuffling 21th. Oh, I really don't know. I'm just guessing for your information, yeah. I think 1. Yes! Well done. Excellent. You catch the edge of the pit with a firm grasp and manage to haul yourself up onto solid ground. In front of you stands a grizzled veteran hunter adorned with many trophies from his kills. He moves with calm assurance, but his gaze pierces you like a dagger. I am impressed that you escaped my trap. In fairness, it was not designed for one such as you, but someone more substantial. Having spent so many years in the role of hunter, it is unusual to find myself as prey. Let us share a drink at the tavern, where we can converse as men instead of tracking each other's footprints like beasts.
One more piece of the puzzle for you.
Excellent, we finally got that token. God, it's been a long time coming. There we go. The Lovers.
An innocent moment, never to be repeated, except here, where all of your history repeats itself until time immemorial has passed.
Lovely. Let's have a look at this card then.
There's
It's
a
a new
token
one.
in it for you if you win.
Right. In the town of Stygor, you meet a woman who is serenading a young lady, who is serenading a young lady at her window. At your approach, he stops and turns to speak to you. My love, I wish to marry and leave this town, but her father has forbidden it. He is the master of the guild, a powerful figure in Stygor, with many armed men at his command. I saw you fighting in the arenas. Please, will you help us escape the town so that we may live together? So, what should we do here? We could either offer to help, demand payment for your assistance, refuse to get involved, or report him to the woman's father. That would be a big keck, wouldn't it? Offer to help? A lot of people are saying 4. Cock block him. That's it. 2 or 4, I'd say. Or send her to the kitchens. Let's offer to help. Bless you, stranger. Meet us back here at midnight and bring whatever weapons you possess. A treasure picker. When the player chooses from multiple equipment gain cards, he gets the choices are available, or choices available are increased by 1. Lovely. Hours later, you return to find the young couple hiding in the shadows, gesturing them to be silent. You lead them through the town. Let's see if we're successful. Oh, I feel like 2, 3. Ah, if it didn't do that second shuffle, we would have been all right. 2. Some people are saying 2 and 3. Oh, I'm gonna go with 2. Yes, that's it. Good stuff. Keeping to the back anyways, you manage to reach the outskirts without incident. Thank you, stranger, the couple exclaim as they flee to the countryside. The card's token is now yours. Excellent. Where is she? There she is, finally. A powerful skeleton warrior with the ability to summon a Daedric pile of skulls that can create a legion of skeletons. Excuse me. The few necromancers possess the skill or courage to attempt the creation of such a creature. Any misstep during the ceremony could result in a hideously painful death. Let's fight this lady
and claim my token.
Let's do it. I don't have any other food, so I've got to do it now. You've uncovered the Queen of Skulls. Let's rock and roll. So I imagine she's going to have quite a few shooty boys. We've got a Ford of Skulls, so apparently she summons people. Queen of Skulls. Let's go. Gotta get ready on the dodge. There we go. My bad. There it is, Queen of Skulls. I didn't even realise I killed her. I wonder what the hell was going on.
Then it
Too
is
easy.
done. When even a creature as haunting as the Queen of Skulls perishes, we know the game is almost done. The kings are gathering now.
That's
Do
a
you
lot
see
of
now what I
tokens.
have built? How elegantly all the pieces fit.
Lovely. Okay. So we've got this one here. Well, I can't even remember what these encounters were. For trading so enthusiastically with the stranger in the shadows, you receive Blood Auction. Interesting. An encounter token that we got. For encountering the ghost again, you receive 5 food supply and the Spirit Walk spell. Interesting. Or artifact. Let's have a look. For working in the Holy Forge, you receive draw 3, select 1 to keep from the armory, and Forbidden Armor. Very, very nice. So many tokens. For interrupting the Dark Ritual, you receive the following card. The Lich. Christ. Let's have a look here. For feeding the local peasant woman, you receive draw 3 and inspect and put back. Interesting. Draw 3 from the equipment cards, or map cards, I should say. And the Great Helm of Reinforcement. Look at that. Awesome. Moving on here. Let's have a look. For gaining the praise of the gods of the old religion, you receive 30 gold and Demon Trader. Jesus, it's horrible. Moving on through the Minotaur quest that we did. Let's have a look. For escaping the Huntsman's Trap, you receive the next part of the quest. The Mug and Barrel, probably a tavern of some sort. Let's have a look. Another token. For helping the lovers, you receive a 30 gold of Great Fortune and the Angry Guildmaster. Interesting. Right. There we go. As a reward for defeating my Skeleton Queen, you receive the Queen of Plague, the next level of Ratman, or Ratwoman, and the Lizard Dome. Interesting. And then last but not least, this one here. As a reward for defeating my Skeleton Queen, you also receive Arrow Cutter, whatever that is, and the Mortal Whimsy. Looks like a sword of some sort. Lovely. That deck is getting very healthy.
You have earned it.
What do we think, chat? One more round? We've got about 20 minutes or so. The helmet looked like the Crystal Skull. I was thinking that. Hope you're doing well today and enjoying the game. Cheers again, you weird man. No worries. Thank you. Somebody told me, or Jane has told me, that your name isn't Sit's Just Me, it's See It's Just Me, and my mind is blown. Like honestly, wide-eyed epiphany it was. That's quite a showy way of shuffling, it is, isn't it? Let us go for another.
Let us approach the Mother of Plagues.
One more round, that's it.
You can now access Endless Mode if you wish to test your skills against chance itself.
Interesting. Okay. Well, we're going to go into story mode. I'm like that we've made it far enough in the game to get endless mode here. Let us do the Queen of Plague here. Curses, only one this time. Whenever the player loses a curse, they also lose one random item. That's not bad. 6 plagues, 5 cursed gamblers. It's going to be a plenty of opportunity to lose our money.
Queen of the Vermin.
Deck builder.
Under the ground, the filthy rat kind court her favor. Murder each other with leprous teeth for the honor of siring her children.
Ugh. Right, okay, let's go on.
Banish your curses with caution while facing the queen.
I tend not to have enough money to do them anyway, so fair enough. Plenty of shops. Long journey awaits us. Plenty of encounters and everything else. I love the animation. It is gorgeous. Lots of potential enemies down here. There's a king of something in there. I don't know what that was. King of
You
dust.
know you risk the true and
Ooh.
final death at this table, as I risked my life in ages past.
Fair enough. Right, every third encounter does not consume food. I will equip that shield, yeah. Good
Are
opportunity
you
to have
sure
it on.
that's the right approach?
Can't be bad this early. We have 25 food to start with now, which is great. Right, so let us explore paths untravelled. The Devil's Carnival.
Frivolity is not my forte.
One day, as dusk gathers, you reach a large country town hosting a travelling circus. Strange sights and stranger smells confront you as you begin to wander between the tents and stalls that were once brightly coloured, but now are faded and stained with dust. Peasants and nobles alike wander the streets and valleys, past wonders and amazements, seeming almost dazed. There is something about the place that dulls your senses, and for a while you forget your quest, forget even the path that brought you to this place. Interesting. So I'm guessing I need the huge success. I think that was number 1, wasn't it? Am I getting better at counting the cards? I'm not sure. I think it was number 1. 1 or 2, I think. I'm not sure, though. 3 people say what? I'm going to go with 1. It was a success, at least, not a huge success. You drift along the various stalls and booths, stopping to look at whatever catches your eye. The mystery of the carnival awaits you.
A choice. Select your desire.
I don't know. What do we think? We will never know. It's true. A lot of people are saying 4. There's quite a few 4s and a couple of 1s. No, it's 2. People are saying it was 2. We're going to go with 21 here. You sure? It is 2. Huge failure. There it is. You are selected from the crowd to be tied to a wheel. The wheel begins to spin, and a blindfolded man dressed in black proceeds to throw knives at the wheel. Evidently, he needs more practice. The dealer draws you 1 max health paying card. Lovely. And continue. Lose 5 max health. Big oof. That's it. Right. Excellent. Moving on. Embertown Hero. Let's have a look here. You come across an injured adventurer whose tattered and bloodied armor tells you he's seen combat recently. Ask him of his troubles. I've been chasing a pack of thieves that attacked my home village of Embertown. I killed some of them in an ambush, but I fear I lack the strength to chase the rest of them down. If you have any honor, you will find those jackals and make them pay. The Embertown Hero is just up ahead. There it is.
I like nothing more than the chance to see how you handle yourself in these circumstances.
You caught up with the Embertown village raiders who call out, "Stay your hand, adventurer, and we will share the spoils with you." What do we think, chat? Shall we share the spoils, or shall we just kill them? What do we think? Let's refuse to deal with the thieving scum. You tell them to ask their gods for more mercy than you are about to show them. You get a 2 of dust at 3 difficulty. What do the difficulty bars mean, or what do those red circles mean? Does that mean that, does that mean how many traps there are in the arena? I don't know. Or does that just mean how difficult it is? And what does difficulty mean? Can't see any traps exactly. Yeah. I'm guessing it means how much health they've got. They didn't last very long, did they? Lovely. Right. I know that, Wilhelm. It's just, what does it mean? You carefully pick out the thieves' pockets. We get 1 game card, 5 food. I mean, there's worse things. There we go. Let's have a look at this. The Angry Guildmaster.
Everything
Oh,
is
dear.
light or darkness, and our prince straddles the borders.
Have a look.
A challenge for you, and a token if you succeed.
As you travel the dark streets of Stigal, one night, a nobleman atop a mighty speed nearly knocks you down. What do we do here? Cock-blocked that dude, that's it. Welp, we're screwed. Yep. Let's go humbly apologise. Out of my way, peasant, he calls as he rides away. My daughter has run away with a vagabond. Tried stealing from him. Apparently. The Sea Voyage.
A voyage
1 hour and
across
45
the
minutes,
ocean,
let's cube hydrate.
or merely a trip down the river.
Big drink. There we go. Your journey will take you across the sea. You have discovered the exit to this area, I should say. Board the ship. You embark on the next leg of your adventure. Lovely.
Soon
Nice
the
straight
game will
line.
end. I will take your piece from the board. It will be done. Unlike other opponents, I will remember you fondly.
Fair enough. Right. The Cursed Gambler.
I prefer not to play at chance. I only contend with the most serious of games.
Interesting. In an old tavern at the edge of a dark forest, you meet a gambler. Care to try your luck at the cards, he asks with a wicked gleam in his eye. Do we decline or accept? Small Hands Brutus is dead, that's it. 2? Lots of people are saying 2. Let's try and walk away. Fortune favours the bold, the strange man remarks as you leave him. Later, you stand outside the tavern and realise some of your gold is missing. Lovely. Oh, God.
Don't you find it interesting to consider that you're sitting at my table to play our game, recalling sitting at a table, playing another game? Circles and cycles without end.
It's true. We might as well just fucking do it. He grins diabolically as you sit down, making you uneasy. The stakes are this. If you win, I'll give you something from my collection of magical items. If I win, then I'll curse you instead. He deals the cards and you play around. Oh dear. Curse. Or? Yes, it was. Lovely. Well played. Your opponent frowns, then reaches beneath the table as your prize. Feathered Ice. During combat, press the activate button to create a blast, freezing the center. Blast of freezing ice centered on the adventure. Okay, fair enough. It's better than getting cursed. Stranger in the shadow.
The cities hold no darkness like that to be found in the wilderness on a still and moonless night.
On a dark, moonless night down a lonely road, you encounter a hooded stranger. Greetings, friend. I am in need of some sustenance. Would you be willing to offer some of your vigor in exchange for gold? Taking out bags of coin. We could just trade a little bit of health. You make that sound so dirty. I apologise, Tanhel. Just a hickey. Ugh. Right. What do we think? I mean, we could just accept. Double one? I think double one is probably a good idea. The stranger moves with unnatural speed and grasps you firmly and bite at your throat. Grasp you firmly and bite at your throat. After a few seconds, he releases you. Thank you, he says, handing you some gold as you regain your composure. I am not yet sated. Would you like to earn more gold? Yes. Yeah. Didn't realise there was a check on this. I have no idea. I literally have no idea which one's the safe card. Right. 2. A lot of people are saying 2, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4. Okay, 2. Nice one, you dragon. Right, the stranger moves with unnatural speed to grasp you and bite your throat. After a few seconds, he releases you. Thank you, he says, handing you some more gold. I'm not yet sated. I don't really want to give him... I could give him one more, couldn't I? I guess I can just keep giving him life. I'm going to decline this time. I guess I could just keep giving him life and keep getting gold. It's like a way to generate gold for health. But I think 20 gold would be enough. Unless we go again. Saying 1. Oh no, fuck. Oh dear. The stranger moves with unnatural speed to grasp you and firmly bite your throat. After seconds pass by, you feel dizzy. You struggle to break free, but it's too late. You wake up sometime later, weak and barely able to stand. Wow. Wow. Travelling tinker. You didn't give me a chance, true. Here we go. Right, in a shady grove off the beaten trail, you find a travelling merchant looking to trade with wandering adventurers. Approach the shop, see what it has. Greetings, wise traveller. I have much to offer you. Let's have a look. Barely. Look here. Right, buy items. Let's see what you've got. Life's limb, even, not life's climb. They inflict a curse weakening enemies close to you. Interesting. Explorer's helm. Reveals stairs encountered upon entering a level and grants gold for revealing every other encounter on a level. That's quite good. That would get us quite a lot of gold. We get that helmet. Reveals the stair encounter upon entering a level and grants gold for revealing every encounter on it. I think that's probably quite good. Serves you right. Apparently. Very dangerous. One hit and we're dead. What do we think? Should we get this? I think we probably should. Let's do it.
An
isn't
item
that the only
tells
one?
you how to
Sorry,
move
isn't
quickly,
that
but
only
tempts
one
you to
payment
take
upon
your
repealing
time.
everything? Yes, but we still have multiple levels to go through. I think it's fine.
What will you do with that?
Reveal things. Leave the shop. Excellent. Right, we're on very low health. Obviously, in the next area, it's going to be quite helpful, I believe. Hitch a ride?
Better than trudging along a muddy road.
There we go, you see?
Certainly.
We got a shitload of gold for just revealing this last area, which was opportune. Hitch a ride to the next area. So that's the exit up there. So I should go down here and then double back up and around. Okay?
What brings you to play the
that.
game? Ha! I know you will not tell
no.
me. Like all the rest,
Ratmen hunting.
you are silent.
1 monster card. 6 of plague. Oh, this is bad. I could die
little
here.
ratmen fleeing from the night.
God, fucking Jesus. I like At least none of them are ranged. It's tense. There we go. Jesus, I did get hit by one, but I've survived the encounter. Well, we could have died. Jesus. Use ice, it's alright. Lovely. Ratmen hunting. You size, you search the bodies, you find nothing. If only there were another way to stop this plague of rats. Let's go this way. A shop. 20 gold is in our bindle, so let's have a look. In a shady grove off the beaten trail, you find a travelling merchant looking to trade his wares with adventurers. General shops offer a range of items and healing, but at prices a little higher than usual. Let's have a look. Greetings, wise traveller. I have much to offer you. Let's have a mooch here. See what's going on. So we could heal wounds. So how much is that? 10 value for 15 health. I feel like I should just heal. I think that's got to be the sensible way to do it, right? Otherwise the run's over. Very dangerous. Death heal, yeah. There we go, up to 50 health. Not ideal. It's not the worst, it's not the best. But at least it puts us in less of a shit spot. Right. Let us find this last encounter. Noble trader. Hello, my friend. You approach... a nobleman on a chariot approaches you as you walk the streets of Stigl. He notices you. He says, "Halt, commoner. Though battered and worn, your shield reminds me of one that I bore myself as an adventurous young lad. I offer you gold for it." We could sell him it. It's only the food shield. It's what? I didn't sell my other shield this time. So I do have my other shield. A lot of people are saying 2. Are we sure, chat? It is a good shield, I suppose. Go 2. A lot of people say 2. Okay, decline. Disappointing, but my own fault, I suppose, for expecting a business-savvy peasantman. That's it. You leave the shop alone. Pass it by. And buy food on the way back. Got no food. Ratmen hunting. Let's see how you do. You stumble across a ratman hunting party. There to defend yourself. 4 of plague, 1 difficulty. Not too bad. Let's see if we can hold our ground a bit better than before. Here we are. Assembling with our cards. Got our explorer's helm and fortitude's breath. And our axe. Well, there's the little bit of gold we brought with us.
Are there any of these ranged guys here?
There we go. Awesome. Use ice. There's no need. It's got limited uses. I tend to just like the fucking button mashing, to be honest. I know I should use it. I keep forgetting. 1 food card. 3 food. Nice. Lovely. Let us continue up this way. I need to try and reveal both, so... Ah. Cursed gambler. I'm going to decline. Just going to take the 5 gold hits. You leave the tavern no richer or poorer than when you entered, because I have no gold to lose. What I want. Heroes remains. A look here. You pass a funeral. It's obvious from the size of the procession that the deceased man was a well-loved figure, and you're approached by the cleric. I could make an excuse, right? Because... yeah, I think I should make an excuse for this. I shouldn't do this, because I don't think he can add a card to the next area, and so he may put a card down somewhere here, which means I'd have to backtrack and waste a shitload of food. I'm going to make an excuse. So, of course, being an adventurer means you must wash your hair regularly, all those blood and guts. I'm going to just leave that. Opportunity and all. Sea voyage!
Sail away and see what you will find.
Your journey will take you across the sea. You have discovered the exit to this area. Aboard the ship, you embark upon the next leg of your adventure. Let's have a look.
I can hear her summoning her
God.
children. This fight will be bloody.
Christ. Okay. The Lich. The Lich is an
There
undead.
are so many ways to hang on to just one more moment of life. But at what price?
It's true. The Lich is an undead able to hurl deadly balls of magic fire. She can also consume other enemies in order to restore her health. Liches are known in legend as the greatest of the undead. Only the most powerful or the most foolhardy of wizards attempt to summon one, and only the most unluckily actually succeed.
We play for a token now.
In the ruins of an old temple, you feel the presence of something evil and unnatural. You've discovered the Lich, powerful undead monster. You shall try and attack the Lich. You bravely approach the dead. Let's give it a go. I've never fought the Lich before, so apparently she throws a lot of fireballs. Here we go. The Lich. Now I've got my Explorer's Helm. Conquista Joe. In deployment. Apparently I can block these. Apparently, as long as a lot of this... I don't have long to react to those. Oh, I so dodged that. Where are you? God, she hits hard. There she is. God, I'm almost dead. Oh, got her. Thank fuck for that. God, that was brutal. Excellent. God above. Right. Lovely. The Lich is dead. You search the remains, the dealer draws 2 game cards, and the token is yours. 5 food, and 3 food. Those we kinda need as we push around here. You get the token at the very least.
Adventurer, darkness is loosed upon the lands.
Loan. New.
Usury, the root of all troubles.
In a busy market town, you're approached by a shopkeeper on the verge of losing his store. If you lend me the gold I need to save my store, I'll repay you one day with interest. Give him 10 gold. The shopkeeper greatly accepts your gold, saying you won't regret this. The token is yours. Gold payback. After 10 steps, the player draws 3 gold cards.
I will have to rebalance that next time.
Probably will, to be fair. Okay, what's the best way to go around here? Probably have been to go like up like that, down like up over here, but I have cocked that up by going this way. So I guess I should just keep going around the edge. The Holy Forge.
A ruined monastery.
On a
So
dusty,
sad.
lonely plain, you come across the shattered remains of an old monastery. Searching the building, you meet an old man. Long ago, the Brotherhood, we of the Brotherhood forged holy weapons to support the war against the infidels, but the infidels were strong, and one day, one of their raiding parties took us by surprise. They destroyed most of our tools and took our supplies, including rare metal ore that we used to craft. The king's army never returned after that day, such as it is. You bid the monk farewell and leave him standing silent in the empty room. Let's keep going. The travelling healer. I have no gold, so I shall move on. In a shady grove off the beaten trail, you find a travelling merchant looking to trade with wandering adventurers. You know what? I'm actually going to approach the shop and maybe sell my ice thing. Greetings, wise traveller. Do the voice, do the roar. Heal up, yeah. I think healing up is going to be a good idea. Heal wounds, 10 gold. I can heal that for that, so let's buy that. We go back. What items could I sell? I have that spare shield. This thing's worth 12. Might as well just keep all of this, to be honest. I might just sell that broken shield there. Shield. Fair enough. Back. And I heal with 5 gold. No, I need 6. Not much to do with it then. Let us leave. 53 health isn't too bad. Right. Continuing to tiptoe round here. North we go. The Helpful Priest. Hello, matey. You meet a wandering priest who greets you in a friendly manner. We could give him half of my food, because we're quite close to the end here, aren't we? So let's give him half of my food. What do we think, chat? I seem to have a really bad habit of always picking the curse. People say 4 and 3 and 3. Let's go 3. Success. Okay. The priest. You give the priest half your food. He says a few words in the language of the old religion and gently touches your forehead. Done. Arcane knowledge.
Very nice indeed.
Lovely. Ratman hunting. Interesting. Let's see how we do. We stumble across a Rantman hunting party. One of the 6 of plagues.
More rats, more swarms.
Not much to do about it. Row. That's it. Here we go. Right. Let us move forward, shall we? Do they have any range, guys? Yes, they do. Gotta make sure I'm on the ball for dodging. Jesus. The range guys are the worst, because they fire in quick succession. Jesus. It's like they get you stun locked. It's so bad. Get the fuck away. Ooh. Jesus. There we go. Oh, I didn't even hit him. He just fell over. Jesus. Okay. Not awful. Ah, Ratman hunting party. You search the bodies, finding nothing. Right. Continuing on. Oh, there she is. And I'm only
A combat
at half health.
even I have waited to see. Majestic.
The Queen of Rats have great skill with their spears and are accompanied by a totem that spread their toxic, damaging filth. Oh dear. Only at half health. Not ideal. 4 of plague. So there's a totem that spreads toxic shit that I'm guessing I'm going to have to dodge. There she is. The rangers I've got to go for. I need to destroy this, do I?
Oh, yeah.
Come on, get rid of it, 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 get rid of it. There it is. Right then, Raid! Hello, 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 Mr. Soviet. Good to see you, matey. Quebec smells like poop, and 3,600 people arrive at this area. Lovely. Welcome, welcome to Hand of Fate.
The rat kind will not easily recover from this loss. 1 million half-orphaned rats will fall upon you like a tide of horror.
Right, okay, good to see you all. Welcome, welcome.
Why can't you walk away? You have earned your prize today.
Lovely. Right, so, welcome, everyone. Okay, right. Welcome. That's quite a few people. I suppose I need to explain what's going on here. So, welcome to Hand of Fate. A card. It's basically like a roguelike card game with a little bit of third-person combat worked in there. Basically, we are playing like I don't even know the wider context for the game. We're playing a game of fate and chance. This guy is kind of like the gatekeeper between worlds, as I guess, and so we're basically fighting for our life or our soul or whatever. Raid Shadow Legends, that's it. It's really sexy voice. Thank you, Doobie. Very kind. So yeah, so how are people doing? Are we in good form in chat there? Welcome. Quebec, your voice is like audio silk. Actually, if I sit even closer to the microphone, there we go. You get the full vibe of the voice there. Right, so let us move through here. So you've just actually found us. I was actually about to sign off, but we'll do one more area in the light of 4,000 people turning up. What can I do? We're just going through the victory spoils for the fight that we just did here. We've defeated our 8th boss of the game. We've only got 4 bosses left, I believe. So yes, let us reveal what cards we have. So you'll kind of pick this game up quite quickly. Feel free to ask questions and stuff, and me and the regulars in chat will do our best to explain what's going on there. And we'll go from there. So, defeating the Lich, you receive the following cards. 5 food, the Mask of Exploration. I don't know how you're going to explore anything with that on. The Occult Reflection Armor Piece, the Disciples Ring even, and Druids, a marker. Excellent. Let's move on then. Another token we receive on our journey. For loaning gold to the merchant, you receive Marketplace. Play for a token and an encounter, which is very nice. Extortion, that's it. And for defeating the Rat Queen, we get the Thunderstrike Mace, the Heavy Armor Chest Piece, the Emperor's Jewel, the King of Skulls, the Shop, and Fire in the Deep. Interesting. Lovely.
I have only begun to challenge you.
Excellent. Okay, so this is where we're at the moment. It was the Mask of Extortion. Oh, right, not Exploration. Okay, Extortion would make more sense. Mr. Stupniks there says the most sexy of sexy voices is back. I wish I had the voice of Joe. Thank you very much, Stump. And thank you for 2 months, mate. Very, very kind. Gr8 is me. So yes, Hand of Fate. Let us keep moving on then. So we'll do our next area.
And will not be laid to rest.
Right, story mode. So these are the bosses that we have beaten up until this point. We'll be playing for, I think, one of his special items here if we beat this boss. We've gone all of the way through the top and we've got his goblet. We've gone all of the way through the second tier and got his scepter, the dealer's scepter. Now we are going to be playing for, I don't even know, whatever the next item is for the dealer. So the King of Skulls, the King of the Skeletons. The curses he has upon us in his lands are Corrupted Soul, minus 10% max health whenever the player gains a new curse. That's pretty bad. And Weak Wrists, performing a prone finisher inflicts 5 damage to the player. Interesting. So basically, if I knock someone to the floor, or use a spell that knocks someone to the floor, and then I try and kill them while they're on the ground, I get 5 damage dealt to me, which is pretty nasty. I'm going to go for a drink, which is great. Excellent. A cue from the TLD. I think that's probably right.
Oh yeah.
Thank you very much there to Arga. Is it Argyat the Great? Argyat the Great. Aragya the Great, even. Quebec's voice is eargasm. Thank you very much, Ladby. Or Laddie. Lavdy? Lavdy's right. Okay, let us select this. Use the deck. There is like a...
death, he's unstoppable.
There is like a complex...
here, I suspect.
There is like a complex deck building thing. But because it's my first playthrough, I've been advised to go with just the default decks that they build for you. So yeah, what can I do? So yeah, we're going to go with that. And we are going to encounter the King of Skull.
I won this pentacle longer ago than you can imagine. In those many years, I have only now begun to understand its secrets.
Interesting. So we're playing for another one of his items, this pentacule or whatever it is. These are all the cards that are going into in the game today. Lots of enemies. Lots of encounters. And lots of enemies from over
King
there.
of Skulls is the last of the undead to have slipped from my grasp. You are the first to come close to him.
Interesting. When this ring is sold, all the player's gold is lost, but the player receives +1 max health for every 5 gold lost as a result of this sale. So this is a great way to get a shitload of max health at the cost of all of your gold. So the gameplay is like this. The dealer will lay out a sort of trail of cards that I, my little golden pendant here, will travel through in the terms of the route through the dungeon. Each card will have an encounter on it, whether a good encounter, a bad encounter, combat, anything. And sometimes we will play for tokens. The tokens he keeps in this little red pot over here, and tokens will earn me more cards at the end of the game. So the more tokens I get, the more cards I have, the more encounters, the more things I unlock, basically. Twent, good day, sir. Good to see you again. That's it. No, good to see you too, Twent. Right. So what we're going to do is, in terms of like down here on the bottom left, we've got health, food, and gold. Gold and health do pretty much as you'd expect. Food is consumed for every tile that I move. So when I move forward here, it's going to consume 1 food. So we've encountered the Holy Forge. Right then. On a dusty day, on a dusty, lonely plain, you come across the shattered remains of an old monastery. Searching the building, you meet an old man dressed in dirty robes.
Long ago, we of the Brotherhood forged holy weapons to support the war against the infidels. But the infidels were too strong, and one day, one of their raiding parties took us by surprise.
Dyslexic cues back, that's me.
They destroyed most of our tools and took our supplies, including all of the rare metal ore that we used to craft our weapons. The king's army never returned after that. Not of what became of them in the years that followed. I have stayed here all these years, but only the ghosts remain to keep me company. All of the others who survived the attack left long ago.
Now, this is actually a special encounter that requires another item. Considering this is literally our first turn, it's gone. It's woof. Not able to use it, so we'll leave. You bid the monk farewell and leave him standing in the silent, empty ruin, which is fair enough. Okay, Twisted Canyon. We will do this. You see a weapon glinting in the sunlight lying next to a skeleton at the bottom of a canyon. From the top of the canyon, you can see a handful of vines, or a few handholds on the steep wall. Let us try and retrieve the weapon. Now, we've got to try and count the cards here. I want to say 1. This is difficult. So, basically, as the cards shuffle, you are able to almost watch the cards shuffling and make an estimated guess. I think 1 is the way to go. Let's do it. Unlucky. Right, you climb down to retrieve the weapon. You begin to make your way down the cliff face, but you soon slip and fall painfully onto the rocks below. The dealer draws 2 health pain cards. Lose 10 health per curse, that's 20.
Brings pain,
and 10 health per curse, 20.
Of pain brings more suffering.
Drawn 1 equipment card. We
It's
get
naive
Scorching
to expect
Zeal.
you'll face a king without a challenge.
That's true. So we've lost 40 health, but we get some health back for every step we take. Every move you make, the police. Scorching Zeal then. Deal 32 damage. This weapon has a fire aura that decreases quickly. Press it's assigned to a mouse button, so that's why the keybind doesn't appear there. But to restore the fire and burn enemies nearby. This is holy, which is great because that deals massively increased damage to undead. So Scorching Zeal is definitely opportune. It does 32 to the 25 of our axe. So may we equip it? Move forward. The Hanged
A curse. We can only hope.
One day, while travelling through a forest, you come across a man hanged by his ankle. You inquire about his current predicament, but he exclaims that he does not want any help. You have accepted the destiny that fate has decreed for me. just like you should accept yours. Draw 1 blessing and 1 curse. Guardian Angel. After your
Many
first
of
chance
these
card pick,
blessings
you
are
may
too
return the
good for
card
the
and draw
likes of
again
you.
after shuffling. Right, that's really good for chance encounters. Weak ankles.
Another
Players' run
curse on the
speed is
table.
reduced by 25%.
Let's see how you deal with it.
Pretty bad. Minus 10 max health. Pretty nasty. We shall go right. There we go, just a Ratman hunting party. We're going to move on. The ferry boat. Right, a ferry will carry you to your next adventure. Let us catch the ferry. You embark on the next leg of your journey. There we go.
Previously, I had underestimated you. Then, I resented you for destroying my minions. Now, however, I cannot lose. Either way, a great annoyance is dealt with.
Excellent. Right then, let us move up here. The maiden. Hello, fair maiden. One day in a shady forest you encounter an elf maiden. She stops to greet you. I am Merith of the Forest Folk. My people have long helped them all in this realm. What boon would you ask of me? What should we ask for, chat? Should we ask for longer life, supplies, or blessings, or gold for that matter? What is the lowest note you can hit? I don't know. I really don't know. You need that health, I know. A lot of people are just saying go for the blessings, 1 or 4. I'm going to ask for longer life to try and get rid, because 90 health is very low. I'm going to leave the blessing. I'm going to go for longer life. As you wish. Merith mutters and waves her hand. A light shines from your skin. Dealer draws 1 max health card. 5 max health.
I'm sure
I've got to
you're
climb it
grateful
back
for
up. Right. Let's explore this last area here. This was the exit. A sea voyage.
Nothing more pleasing than the smell of salt water and the rush of wind, is there?
I'm glad I came up here. Right.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
really, there's nothing down here. There was a travelling merchant, 2 more of the hanged men, and that encounter, which I can always do next time. I'm just going to board the ship. There's, like, those would have been a disaster to try. Like, you don't want to go with them, because I'm going to get a shit ton of curses. The only one worth doing would have been that one, but it's not worth spending all of the food. Thank you very much there to Real T-Boy for the 3 months there. Very, very kind. And to Barbo. Have you played Star Sector? I have not, I'm afraid. Yeah, I've not played it at all, so I have no opinion on the matter. And Real T-Boy says, still locked in my flat, still enjoying the streams. Keep it up, big man. No worries. Let us board the ship. We embark on the next leg. There we
What
go.
brings you to play the game? Ha! I know you will not tell me. Like all the rest, you are silent.
Right, so we'll go up, and then that way, and then that way. So we'll zigzag. Let's do it. The Mug and Barrel. Ah, I see. This is one of the quests for the White Minotaur. So certain cards, as you can see, this one's a special card. We have quests upon the overarching adventure that we are endeavouring to explore. And this is one of them. We had met up previously with a huntsman. Let's do a quick drink. With a huntsman from from a local town that was searching for a monster called the White Minotaur. We actually triggered one of his traps, but using our wit and pure dexterity, we were able to avoid falling into his trap. Impressed by our skills, he has invited us for a drink at the Mug and Barrel. So let's have a look at what this details.
Again, a token is at stake.
Lovely. When you return to the Mug and Barrel, you spot the huntsman lurking in a shadowy corner of the bar. A solitary warm ale sits cooling in front of an empty chair, while a collection of empty mugs indicates that your arrival has been long awaited. I started without you, he says, cheerily, but without looking up. I've got questions for you, and you'll have questions for me. Questions lead to stories, stories lead to memories, and I cannot bear those without lots of these. He rakes his mug across the others and on the table, producing a discordant chime. Sit down, sit down. You're making me look impolite. Given that you've already tracked me through the forest and glen, I see you're trying to I see that trying to dissuade you from this hunt would be pointless.
I know how you feel. Right. I was a boy of 5 when I saw old Whitey. Sorry, that's what I call him. The White
For
Minotaur.
eons I have waited for an appropriate player. It
Give him
seems
shit.
there are more eons ahead.
That's it. The huntsman proceeds to tell you a tale of destruction and grief, a tale decades in the making. After a while, he lapses into silence like a river that has run dry.
I was thinking I was tracking it when you stumbled into my trap. Head back into the forest and see what you can find. I've got business to attend to elsewhere.
The card's
You've earned
token is now
this.
yours. Interesting. Right. Let us go north some more. Travelling jeweller. I have nothing that I wish to buy from here, so I'm going to move on. In the shady grove off the beaten trail, you find a travelling merchant looking to trade with wandering adventurers. I've only got 10 gold. Not bothered. I'm going to pass by. Ooh, we have found the exit to this area. Interesting. We've already done the lovers, so we don't need to worry about that. Devil's Carnival, the Noble Trader. None of these are really worth doing, to be honest. I've got to be frank. None of these are really worth exploring. The only one that's worth a token is this one, but it's so easy to fuck this one up. And it's so far away that getting all the way back to the exit would just be an enormous faff. There's no other quests here, so we're just going to leave. The cave escape.
All sorts of terrible things live in caves.
Lovers gets you a
Are
blessing.
you sure?
Only if it works. Let us... do you know what? Let's do the lovers at the very least, then. The lovers.
Are you a cynic or a romantic?
Cynic. In the town of Steigl, you meet a man who is serenading a young lady at her window. As you approach, he stops to turn and speak to you.
My love and I wish to marry and leave this town, but her father has forbidden it. He is the master of the guild, quite a powerful figure, Steigl, with many armed men at his command. I saw you fighting in the arenas. Please, will you help us escape the town, that we might live together in happiness?
That's it. What do we think? Keep hydrate. I have, Truck. I have. Right, what should we do? Shall we offer to help, demand payment for your assistance, refuse to get involved, or report him to the woman's father? What do we think? Report the bastard, that's it. A lot of people are saying one. We may offer to help, just like last time. Let's do it. Offer to help. Bless you, stranger.
Meet us back here at midnight and bring whatever weapons you possess.
Arcane knowledge.
The gods look upon you favorably.
Hours later, you return to find the young couple hiding in the shadows, gesturing them to be silent. You lead them through the town. Let's see if I can pass this.
Choose from these options.
I've got no idea. I lost the card on the first shuffle. Where do we think we're going, chat? A lot of people say 2, a few 4s, a couple of 3s, 1s and 2s. Definitely more 2s. 21 thinks it's 4. A lot of people say 2. I'm going to go with 2. Or we can choose again. Okay, I've got the Guardian Angel thing, so we can redraw. What was it? It was 3. And I've got to be honest, I was looking away then, and I didn't even see where the right card was. So chat, I'm at your mercy. Where do we think? People are saying 3 again.
Chat, what have you done to me? What have you done?
Right, okay. You don't get far before stumbling into a group of armed guards. It's my father's men, the young lady exclaims, fleeing. Her lover follows her, leaving you to deal with the guards. Draw 2 monsters. 3 of dust, 2 of dust. 5 dust, level 3 difficulty. Let's tango. Right. That's what you get for trusting chat, it's true. It is very difficult to track the cards. I'm not very good at it, so... Here we go, we got our mace, we don't have a helmet or anything, but we do have our shield. Let's dance. I can't go for those finishing moves, remember, because I've got weak wrists. So when they're on the floor... Combo's doing well. Use our special. Oh, I didn't block that one. Nice kill. Excellent. Very good. Magnifique. Right, not bad at all. That's a broken jaw, that's the one. After the battle, there is no sign of the young lovers. You quickly leave the scene as more armed men approach from all directions. Let us leave, then. The cave escape.
Caves and caverns. One cannot hope to find adventure without a little delving now.
Let us continue. We shall enter the cave. You embark upon the next leg of your adventure.
Did you expect me to tell your fortune? No. A fortune teller is at their most base and despicable when they begin to believe their own lies. Of course, I am different. My powers are genuine.
That's the one. Okay, so this is a pretty shitty one, because if I go all the way to the end of this trail, and the exit's over there, I've got to spend a small fortune in food getting back, so let's see how we go. Travelling healer. Once again, I have no gold, so there's not much point in pursuing this. In a shady grove off the beaten trail, you find a travelling merchant looking to trade with wandering adventurers. Let us pass by. Oh god, no. The hanged man.
Fortune. More injury added to insult.
Right. One day, while travelling through a forest, you come across a man hanged by his ankle. You inquire about his current predicament, but he explains that he does not want any help. I have accepted the destiny that fate has decreed for me, just like you should accept yours. We get a blessing and a curse. Headman's Blessing.
Useful.
Any kill made using an axe grants the player +3 health. Interesting. But the curse is infected rings.
Little pleases me more than watching your attempt to wriggle away from bad luck.
Upon entering a new area, the player takes 5 damage for every ring
Oh,
in their position.
yeah.
Oh dear. -10 max health as well. Awful. Thank you very much to Be Our Commander for the 34 months there. Very good. Right, I'm going to go south. There's that metal ore.
I do wonder how much time you spend simply chasing down blind alleys.
As you traverse a particularly tricky trail across a mountain ridge, you notice a dark ravine beneath you. Something glitters in the dim sunlight that reaches the base of the cavern. I am going to ignore this because the event that we need to turn it into something has already passed. So this is worthless to me now. So I'm going to ignore it. You meet a wandering priest who greets you in a friendly manner. I will trade you a lucky charm blessed by the gods for some food, he wheezes and holds out a small vial of sand. What is this? Where did this come from? We pay 1 food, I guess? I brought it from a trader in the desert. He claimed it gave him good fortune. I have no idea what that was about. Keep going this way. Stranger in the shadows. Right. On a dark moonless night down a lonely road, you encounter a hooded stranger. Greetings, friend. I am in need of some sustenance. It's a vampire. Will you be willing to part with some of your vigor in exchange for gold? He asks. I will accept. Stranger moves with unnatural speed to grasp you firmly and bite your throat. After a few seconds, he releases you. Thank you, he says, handing you some gold, and you regain your composure. He is not yet sated. Would you like to earn more gold? No, because of how badly I rolled last time. As you wish, the stranger remarks and melts into the shadows.
Oh, yeah.
That is the exit. What was up here? Heroes remains. Charity would have been alright, but I'm going to bother with that because it's going to cost me more food than I have to get through.
A voyage
A sea
across
voyage.
the ocean, or merely a trip down the river.
Thank you very much, Corson, there, for the 9 months. Very, very good. He was a kinky bastard, it seems, apparently. Right. Have you discovered... Sorry, you have discovered. It's not a question. The exit to the area. Let us board the ship. And then there should be...
It
Is
has
this the
been
last
many
area?
ages since the King of Skulls has seen combat.
Wow.
He is hungry.
Let us go this way and then double up and out if we need to. Fire in the deep, a new
The very
encounter.
embodiment of the earth. For some people, that is home and hearth. For you,
Is this combat?
it is
I
a
think so.
terrifying beast.
Veterans of the old wars spin tales of large, powerful creatures built of rock and flame. Not all of their attacks can be countered by mere mortals. These monsters were exiled by the king to live deep beneath the ground in the caves they originated from. It took years of warfare to enforce the exile, but they haven't been seen at the surface for a generation.
As you plunder the secrets of your memories,
Jesus.
you'll gain new cards.
Left untouched. In a cave system, dark and deep, you stumble upon some strange flaming creatures surrounding an old man. They turn to face you as the old man cringes in terror. Attack the creatures immediately. The creatures begin to lumber towards you, threateningly. Let's do it. It's a Balrog. It says creatures. Don't know whether it's just one. Flaming... Oh, God. Jesus. Malphite. Look at him. That is terrifying. Okay, so apparently I can't always block this guy. I don't imagine my flame attacks are going to do very much against him. I am very slow. Holy shit. Shit in hellfire. Dark Souls it up, man. Oh, God, that's... Oh, my God, you don't have much time to dodge that. Jesus. Explodes then, does he? No? Okay. Run up here. God, I am so slow. Tried to roll through him. Not very good. Jesus Christ. It's because I've got like a flame weapon. Oh, God. I just can't see how my flame weapon's going to do anything against him. Oh. He's a big bastard. Leave me be. Die, you bastard. Got him. Christ. God, that was brutal. That took so long. How do you know how much health it has? You don't. Right. Thank you, stranger, the old man says. I've travelled these tunnels for years, but I haven't seen lava golems this close to the surface since I was a boy. We deal 2 game cards. We get 50 health, which is welcome, and 15 gold for our efforts. Not bad. Now that you've slain this lot, I hope the rest of their kind learn to stay underground where the king exiled them. You and the old man head out of the tunnel together. This card's token is now yours. Another token for the pot.
Do you understand what you have unleashed now?
Oh, Jesus. Let's keep going. The marketplace. Hello
Not a
there.
good day to be in Stiegel. So few are.
Right. You arrive in the town of Stiegel. But it was Stiegel, but Stiegel on market day. The markets are selling food today. You may offer some gold to the market and see how much food it is worth for today. We could bid half my gold, leave or attempt to steal some food from the markets. Should we just... I think we need to just bid half of our gold, don't we? Like, I think that's worth doing. Let's bid half of our gold. You deliver your gold to the markets and wait for the trading to finish. This card's token is now yours. A man approaches you with a sack containing the food the gold managed to secure. Let's have a look. Oh dear. I think 2? I have 1 redraw. A lot of people are saying 4. Okay, we'll go with 4. Critical failure. Redraw. Was 2 right? 2 was right. And I didn't catch that one because I was looking at chat there. What do we think, chat? People are saying 2 this time round. 4 again. 2. Oh God, do I dare trust chat? 2. Okay, 2 was right this time. Thank God. Right, you open your bag and discover some food. Deals 1 draw food card. Gain 5 food. That's good. That's opportune. And we get the token, which is what we want. Right, so let's keep working around here. Oh, we found him. Okay. The mighty lord of the undead. The skeleton's king's defenses are practically impregnable, and he will use both sword and shield to fell you. The most fearsome undead warrior ever seen, he carries one arm with a shield that would crush most men, and the other wields a two-handed sword with deadly ease, so he's a big bastard.
Let us stake a token on their foolishness.
The mighty lord of the undead. The skeleton king's defenses are practically impenetrable. Yeah, okay. He has a good shield. That's what we're gathering. So he's going to block quite a lot. Okay, that's fair enough. We just got to try and keep on our feet. We do have the holy buff, which is great. That's a huge shield, he is right. That doesn't look very much like a two-handed sword. Right. What are those powder monkey people doing? I've got to like roll just to try and keep my stamina going. Powder monkeys. Oh, I've got to hit by that bloody what's it. So how does this work? Baboom. So I'm guessing I have to like use the powder monkeys to destroy him? Oh. Or or I could just explode. Jesus. Okay, fair enough. Awesome. Christ. God, I owned him. That was easy.
You've been well used here. The King of Skulls has avoided my grasp until now. You have sent him to my realm. It is time for a long-delayed reckoning.
Interesting. Right, so we get new starting gear now. We got the Pinnacle. Your starting gear has been upgraded. Deadly Combatants. You advance to powerful... Sorry. You advance to powerful blows more quickly. Okay, nice. Blessings bonus. At the start of your adventure, you will be blessed. Skeleton regeneration. Skeletons now reanimate, which isn't too bad. Ratman leap attack. Oh dear. Ratman warriors will perform leap attacks. Skeleton health increased. Okay. Fair enough. We're pushing towards the last part of the game. Let us take a look at our...
It will only benefit you so far, and no further.
Interesting.
More power for you.
Cool. Right, for meeting the huntsman, you will receive the next part of the quest. Tracks in town. Let's have a look at this. This guy here. For completing the Fire in the Deep encounter, you will receive these cards. Mithril Armor, Assassin's Greed, or Greed, I guess. Yeah, I think that's Greed, isn't it? Looked like a B for a second. Inferno Potion, Golem Hunting Party, oh god. Golem Hunting Party, and... keep it away. Let's have a look. You get his shield now, do you? For trading in the marketplace, you will receive this and this, a merchant's favour. Excellent. Lovely stuff. And for defeating the Skeleton King, you receive the Skeleton King Helm, Skeleton King Shield, and the Skeleton King Sword. Very nice. We also get the Queen of Scales as our next enemy, and a Cave Rescue as an encounter. Bring it all into the main deck.
You've come further than I ever expected.
And that is that. Lovely stuff. Yeah, we've been making some decent progress, so we are now pretty much one stream from the end. I'm going to have a big drink of water, and I am going to leave it there. Obviously, if you liked what you saw today, do feel free to hit the follow button. Because we'll be playing it again at some point. There's no set schedule for when we're playing these. When's the next one? The next one, I'm not sure. It's probably going to be in about a week's time or so. I disperse it with other games. Now that I'm back at work as well, it's pretty big monker. Hand of Fate 2 next? Absolutely. Once we get to the end. No reason why not. So yeah, I'm going to bugger off for the afternoon now. So a big thank you for everybody for tuning in today. Hello everyone from Soviet Slot. Joe. And yeah, I will crack on. Specsavers, yeah, that's the one. That's where I work. Cold Waters tonight, I hope. I think we did Cold Waters a couple of days ago, House. So I'm not sure what the plan is this evening. It might be, but it might not be. So, what I will do is quit here, as we have completed that fight. And let's see who else is online for the raid. Let's kick the can further down the street. We've got... It's going to be very busy. Okay, so this is Miss Jaina. She's actually doing an art stream. Or Chinny. We'll do... In fact, you know what? We will pass you on to Chinny, because this is probably a bit too many people for Jane. You might get a bit overwhelmed. So yeah, we'll pass you on to Chinny instead, to be fair. Right, so Chinny is currently playing Space Engineers. So yeah, we'll pass you on to him. So thank you everybody for tuning in today. Hopefully you have all enjoyed, and I will catch you all tonight at 8:30 for more games. No idea what I'm going to be doing. That's 8:30 UK time. And yeah, I will see thee on the reverse. So take care, folks. Have a lovely afternoon, morning, evening, wherever you're from. And I'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Incoming? Who's the twat? Oh, Quebec? I assume it's Quebec.